Hello guys, this is Vysh. So we are going to discuss the Vysh versus UPSC 2023, which every year we do it. It's not something new, but maybe students who are new to this channel will be thinking like, what is this concept, Vysh versus UPSC? Okay, so whenever we give test series to students, the paid test series, and even in the lectures, if we believe that something we have taught came in the exam, in the prelims or in the mains, we do this thing, Vysh versus UPSC. Okay, both prelims and mains we do it. So whenever the results are good or bad, no matter, we will show you the things. And so before this, there are some disclaimers which I have to tell. Okay, because whenever such videos comes, most of the people find it maybe sometimes hard to believe also if sometimes we claim too much, or maybe they will think like, tell us like what else to do if questions did not come from the test series, what else to do for the next year. So there are certain points which we tell and which we want to make it clear first itself. This is not to claim that Vysh IAS is the best institute in the country, or like only Vysh IAS students will clear prelims. It's not like that. Okay, because many comments such that will come when we put out the teaser video was already put. We put Vysh versus UPSC and showed you 10-12 questions which directly came from a test series. Many people started telling, okay, just 5-6 questions came, like who do you think you are? Is this how you teach students? You are just like other coaching institutes. We are not like other coaching institutes. That is the difference. We tell you whether we taught you something or we did not teach you something, which other institutes doesn't do. Okay, so this is a regular video run by Vysh IAS because we don't throw test series at students. We don't have a WhatsApp group, we don't have a Telegram group, we don't give you daily PDFs, which because all these are Google, if you search you will get it. So we don't give any of such things. Okay, so we give some paid limited number of test series designed based on textbooks, and then we come back with proof. We come back with proof to do full justice to the enrollment. Okay, this we tell even now 2024 the enrollments will begin when we'll begin after 1 week. So that time we will tell them, when you buy something from us, we will be with you not only now in this journey. After that, when the exam gets over, we will analyze the paper. We will tell you whether our materials were worth the preparation or not. Okay, then only they'll understand, right, whether our decision was correct. Okay, this is a very big decision. Choosing the mentor, choosing the test series is a very big decision for a serious UPSC aspirant. Okay, so that is what we try to do. So quality, affordability and transparency. This SQUAT system is we are following since 2016. You can go and watch our old videos. The same keywords we will find. Quality should be there. You are paying something to us, quality should be there. And when you're paying, it should not be like pay 50,000, 60,000, 80,000 like that. You should not pay to a coaching class. Okay, because that is not required in this this era. If it was 8-10 years back, you will maybe need to that 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh rupees coaching class model. You need it because you don't know the sources, you don't know the books, you don't know whether anything is available online. That much Flipkart, Amazon materials were not there. Okay, but now in this 2023-24 time, when most of things are already available, you just need a little bit guidance. You just need like somebody telling you like, okay, this you study today, then take a mock test, then revise like this. Okay, and then if you want offline class, offline test thing, you have to go and join somewhere, some institute, and then go and write the offline test. Other than that, I don't think you need to sit like 2 lakh rupee fees, 1.5 year. You don't have to sit in a classroom and study that much. It's not difficult, this exam. The sources are not difficult. It's NCERTs, it's some standard books, it's newspapers. For that, you don't need a particular modeled classroom for that. Okay, so now the number of questions which we claim, that's again the matter of debate which will come, and in the next slide I'll show you some nonsensical comments which comes, and it often turns out ugly also in the comment section. So 2018, when we started our test series concept, 16-17 also I've been teaching you Spectrum and all videos where before 2018 we had put it out. But test series, like you pay something and we give you a number of tests, that concept we started in 2018 prelims. So that time we claimed only 35 questions because that time our test count also was less. Okay, if anybody is there who was watching who is our that time student, we gave I think 35 tests or something, like limited, 3 history tests, 2 geography tests, like that. So that time we claimed 35 questions, 70 marks out of the 200 marks. So it's not a very big number, I know, but because we were beginners that time in giving a test series model, this was big thing for us. After that, 2019, 49 questions were there which could have been directly solvable. Okay, and this all helps you clear the cutoff of that year also. Then 2020 we get 52 questions which are directly solvable, and 2021 we had the highest where 63 questions is not direct. Okay, I think 52 plus 11 or something like that, meaning direct which is solvable, and remaining is a little bit applied knowledge, meaning there will be some statements like this treaty is binding for all the United Nations members. Okay, maybe that line we did not teach you, that line of that particular thing, okay, in a 3 statement, but we know that everyone being binding, there are only 2-3 such world ratified treaties in the world. Okay, so some random things they tell, maybe even if that line we did not teach you, the other 2 lines we taught you, that we claimed it. Okay, that is that extra 10-11 questions. This year also such questions are there. I'll show you. 2022 our number went down because, you know, last year for the first time they again started the GK concept. 2-3 GK questions came, some cricket related, chess related, so many questions went down and it did not come as per our this thing. Okay, so it was close to 44-45 questions. Okay, again 90 marks we could have claimed, but 23 it has gone above again. Okay, again in the sense paper was very tough. I have already done in the last videos, and also the message to UPSC board I have done. So 45 questions. Okay, 45 questions is directly solvable, and 6-7. Okay, I think it should have been at least 59 questions you could have claimed. I was checking the questions. I'll show you question by question. But what happened is GK, like the chess question and all, what is the theory logic we have taught you, but two statements they put very GK, like that question I cannot claim. That I have not even put in this number. Okay, it's not there in this 52. That question I have not put. And like that I show you every question. Now about the nonsensical comments. Okay, people come and ask like, who gave you the right to claim questions which are directly there in Lakshmikant or Spectrum or NCERT? I am not claiming questions which are there in textbook. Okay, for example, the first question in set number B is that Danya Kataka is in which location? Danya Kataka. Answer is Andhra. Okay, that is there in NCERT class 12th in a map format. But we did not teach you. We don't have lectures of class 12th in our channel till now. In our test series which we covered of class 12th also, we missed that map. So I will not claim that question. I am not claiming questions which are directly in the textbook. I am claiming those questions which are in the textbook, which we have again taught you in a refined fashion. Okay, when we do lectures, it's not like we read out the textbook simply. We read and explain each line. In the test series, we make it into an MCQ format and give you notes or fact sheet or revision chart or snippet card. That if we have done for the question, then we claim. And we have every right to claim. Every institute has the right to claim. Because they understood that this question from this particular textbook was worth learning, and we refined and gave you. We did not give a copy-paste gist or something of NCERT. We gave a test series based on that. So again, that Danya Kataka question I will not be claiming. Example, again, Lakshmikant, if there are 70, 80 chapters in the textbook, in our video lectures or test series, if you have covered only up to 65 chapters and question came from the 74th chapter, I will not claim it. I am not claiming from textbook. I am claiming whether we taught you that textbook or important points from that textbook. Understanding? That is point number 1. Now, some people, I am anyway scoring 100 plus, 80 plus, 90 plus without your test series itself. I don't even know you, because many people for the first time will see this video as the first video at Vysh IAS. So nobody again told you that only Vysh IAS student is clearing. Understand what is this video first. This video is to tell whether we who have taught certain number of students, whether we could help them or not. Okay, it's our duty to tell them, and also to the upcoming students who want, maybe wishing to join Vysh IAS after seeing our foundation, our teaching style, maybe anything which you liked in Vysh IAS and you feel like next year I will study from Vysh IAS. You should have a clarity. Okay, this no institutes are doing. They are busy claiming rank holders and this thing by just conducting a mock interview, half an hour mock interview. That student would have studied prelims from maybe Vysh IAS, mains from maybe Vysh IAS, but interview, these people in Delhi will claim because they have the photo of the people. Understanding? So it's a different story. So that will come later. Now, no other institutes boast around like you telling these many questions came. That's right. That's exact my point. No institute after prelims is now being with the student and telling them whether they were actually helpful. They are immediately selling the next year's course. Understanding? They don't talk to these people. Only if it is final interview, these people crack by chance, then they take the poster and photo and roam around and boast around. We are, the biggest eliminator is prelims. Prelims is the where many people sit and cry. Now also I know this week is a very painful week, because next week result will come. 28 to this 14 days, the most serious aspirant who gave 23 prelims are very, very sad. Nobody is there telling them like what happened. Okay, that in the last 2-3 videos I have done. What happened I have told you. What UPSC have done wrong I told you. What aspirant should have done, that also I have told. Now is the thing like I'm telling you, because I took time. It took like 8-10 days for me to analyze all the questions question by question. That is why it took time. Else this I can put the next day itself if I want to simply show something. Okay, so that is the third point. Now you make fake proof after prelims. This again, either if you know anyone at Vysh IAS, or if you're already at a Vysh IAS and thinking like we are boasting or we are doing some fake, you have the PDF with you. Each question when I show, do that Control F. That keyword will exactly appear in your test. I'm not telling any lectures also. In test series it is there. 90% of the questions I'm going to claim today is there in the PDF material given to you, which is only limited. How many questions I gave you? 88 tests I gave you. 88 test, 100 questions you had to by heart and go after reading the textbook. Maybe you didn't do. So I'm telling to those people who don't believe in Vysh IAS model. Okay, now don't fool students with stupidity. These are all very immature people. Okay, immature people come and comment, because I'll tell you again, some facts are there which I'll tell you in the upcoming things. Okay, so we understand your problems, your pain, and what is happening, why you don't like somebody else being successful or somebody else being a better mentor. That I understand the pain. That personally I'll reply you in WhatsApp and all, because I get all these things, okay, daily. Now 2023 was tough, yes, I agree, and there were reasons, there were many reasons for it to be tough, like very lengthy questions, especially the president question, MLA vote value. you have to sit and calculate like a CSAT problem. It will take 5-6 minutes, and if you spend 5-6 minutes on that, any other person who is more confident and calm, he will skip that question and do 10 extra questions. He will get 20 extra marks, and you are struggling here for the 2 marks, which 90% you would have made wrong also, and it will become 0.66 minus 0.66. Meanwhile, other person did 10 extra questions, easy questions, which I showed you yesterday, 25 easy questions in my last video I showed you. He would have cleared and you would not have cleared because your ego wanted to solve that precedent question. Okay, then abstract silly GK, chess tournament name, the cobalt highest in which country, Switzerland is the second largest gold producer, many GK, okay, which is like pure GK. There's no thinking or logic there. That is a fact, means that's a fact. If you did not read that quiz book material, you cannot solve it. Then low quality SSC PSC level questions, again the same thing, okay, because UPSC never used to ask names of persons or numbers, data, statistics, pinpointed. They did not tell India's export share is 3.2% of global GDP, global export share. That number specific they never ask. They tell like, okay, we have close to like about 10%. A range they ask, okay, 10 to 20%. So that you at least have that students go and guess like, okay, never India's this thing will be that much. India is only very less in export, so ours should be less than 5. That range only. Pinpointed 3.2 because the exact answer is 2%. Between 2 and 3.2, this 1.2% difference is there. That much close value they give means you have to know the number, you have to know the fact, else you cannot solve it, which is a SSC level question. Then patterns were illogical, you know the new pattern, where I told you the JLM question and all. My answer will be 1,2, another person's answer will be 2,3, but still we both will mark only 2 pairs are correct. Because his 2 pair and my 2 pair are different, but still answer is 2 pair. There's no option like 1, 2, 2, 3. So we both get 2 marks, we both will go and write means, because one person's hard work paid off, one person's luck paid off. Okay, so this and all I have already explained in the previous videos if you have not seen. Then more questions are not available in any source. I told you history questions, 16, 17 textbooks we teach you, okay, including all the NCRTs, Nitin Singhania, Tamil Nadu textbook, R. Sharma, Satish Chandra, Spectrum, Bipin Chandra, Fine Arts textbook. This many textbooks we teach you. Questions are coming from either Upinder Singh or even not there in Makhanlal Singh NCRT, which is 2002 edition textbook. So this much old NCRTs and all, no student is expected to study also, and it's not there in the normal sources. It is tough, okay, people cannot prepare. Even if tomorrow I put a free lecture series on it, you don't have to by heart that much 10,000 keywords of history for terminologies for solving UPSC questions. So these 4 videos are very important. If you are a 24, 25, 26 aspirant, even 23 waiting for result, these videos if you did not see, then it's better not to watch any of the videos we put in future, because this is the base. This is where we tell you the blunder which happened in 2023. My message to UPSC board, the parents of serious aspirants, because I know many parents are shouting at students, they didn't understand what happened. Okay, they're comparing with some other person who cleared 3 years back. 3 years back toughness level and this toughness level is totally different. So parents should not shout at students for this kind of paper. Okay, they have done their best. UPSC have just played a game. We'll help them counter back in the next year. Elimination eliminated. This is the keyword which every coaching class is singing around. But there were 12 questions where elimination was possible. That is that assertion, reasoning, statement 1, statement 2. Directly. Okay, I'll show you questions today also. Like tropical rainforest nutrients are like very rich in nutrients or something. That is wrong. That is wrong because their rainfall will wash away all the nutrients. So that is wrong means directly it will come to an answer. You don't have to read the second statement itself. There is elimination possible in assertion reasoning if one of the statement is wrong. Okay, either 1 is wrong or 2 is wrong, you will directly reach the answer. There is 12 questions where elimination was possible this year. Okay, then 25 easy hidden questions, that also I showed you yesterday. Okay, so now, why tough for many? Okay, before showing questions, this intro I am giving because many students still are in shock. Okay, they don't know what happened. Even after this much effort, everything, they're still in shock. So why tough for many? First thing is lack of foundation. Foundation, again, you go to any coaching class, which maybe some are like these IIT institutes and all, which overnight became I don't want to name, they became UPSC institutes. Okay, so they and all bought teachers from here and there, and then the first day when you go, they'll tell, let's do foundation. And what they do? NCRT class 6 to 10. NCRT class 6 to 10, if you have younger brothers who is in 6th and 7th standard, they are also studying that. NCRT studying is not called foundation for UPSC. UPSC means you have to study about UPSC before studying for UPSC. This I am telling since last 6 years. 6 years back my video says the same thing I am telling to you. Okay, only thing I am not in front of camera that time, but I am telling you this. Okay, so UPSC is a, again I will tell was a, because now they are also going to the level of SSC and PSC, but still I am still sure or hoping that next year the pattern will not be like this. There will be questions of option 1 pair, 2 pair, there will be questions of assertion reasoning, but there will be that elimination type of questions also will be coming back. You wait and watch for next year. So UPSC is not like other exams. You have to know certain things about UPSC, which I have categorized into 25 free foundation videos. Okay, it has nothing to do with lectures. There's no lectures in that. but there is previous year papers, there is your books and sources, there is this economic surveys importance, the news channels importance, how to make notes, how to set up your study room, what is the difference between a serious aspirant and a non-serious aspirant, how can you be equal to a person who is a veteran, okay, or who have like huge resources, money and all to go to Delhi and all, how can you sitting at home be equal to him? All these things I have told you in the 25 foundation. But majority of the students, when I give this, they see, okay, video 1 is this, video 2, okay, video 7 is how to make notes. Let me click on video 7 first. You should not do that. You should watch video 1 till last. This overconfidence which you have, no, that is one reason you are failing. You think you know everything. I have already given prelims 2 times. But what is the point? You failed, right? I'm not mocking you, I'm not trolling you. Somebody has to be harsh and strict to you. Some mentor has to genuinely care for you, and that is what I'm trying to do. If you have done a mistake, somebody who has more experience than you has to tell you. Okay. So that person need not be a UPSC topper himself. Okay, these people, students nowadays are simply wasting their time on this Instagram and here and all, where these toppers are roaming around with cameras. Okay, they are doing that, they have done, they have cleared it, and then they are showing off. You are yet to reach there. Okay, so you also should, when you reach there, you do that. But before that, there are certain basics to listen. Basics that mentors are having more experience than you. Listen to them. Okay, UPSC pattern, you don't know. Many people like, no, till the last minute, they don't know what is the cutoff. How is the cutoff calculated, what is the number of vacancies, why different options are this thing, or many ask like in 12th standard, sir, which degree, which graduation I should take so that it helps me in UPSC. There is not a single graduation which will help you in UPSC. Okay, UPSC just telling you take any degree and come. It can be even a dance degree or any degree from your university, a recognized Indian university, you take a degree and come, Indian citizen, you can go and give this thing, you can give the UPSC exam. Your graduation doesn't matter. These are some basics which many people don't know, and without knowing that, simply studying. Age limit they don't know. Many people now they all thought like 24 they have one more attempt. Then they are telling me, sir, I am born on this date. I am from OBC caste. Please tell me. How many times I have done age eligibility video in the last 6 years? No other coaching class is telling you all this. They are all busy like, okay, take your money and give you NCRT, give you PDF, give you current affairs. They are throwing materials at you which is available free in the Google. Understanding? There is something which you have to study, the pattern, the model and everything, and believing by hearting rather than concept. Yesterday I explained you that first schedule question, okay, right to property, there is a concept behind that question which came this year. None of you will learn the concept. What is the amendment which government introduced to stop judiciary from intervening into the fundamental rights of a citizen? Okay, actually right to property they were involving that. I am not repeating that story, it's a little lengthy story. Yesterday's video, the 25 easy questions, please watch that. You will get perfect clarity in that 1.5 minute I am telling the story. Okay, please listen to teachers who knows concept rather than mugging up data. Okay, unwanted books and notes you're studying. GC Leong was useful. 6 years I am telling don't buy GC Leong and waste your money. Ramesh Singh economics, it's useful. It's not useful. People, every aspirant's house they have, and Ramesh Singh they have a GC Leong. They have 3-4 atlases. For what? These are all very basic things. Economics and all, few concepts are there. A basic test series like Vysh IAS will answer everything. What is repo rate, what is OMO, what is liquidity, everything we have in our test series. Or maybe thinner textbooks are there. You don't need that bulky textbook unless you have optional economics, unless you have optional geography. You don't need those books. Very limited 7-8 books is what you have to study for these subjects. History, there are many textbooks. We have ancient, medieval, modern, art and culture. We have different textbook. Geography, do only NCRT. Economics, do only authors. I have to search. 2 authors are there which are smaller books. I will again tell you. Okay, but if you are enrolled to my test series, don't buy even single book. Don't buy any book. Vysh IAS test series is sufficient to answer every question which came this year. Okay, polity is Lakshmikant. That is no answer for any other book for that. There are DD Basu and there are many other books and all, but again it's bulky. Okay, to solve questions either you have to know news items. Okay, because they are not asking proper Lakshmikant questions now. They are asking jail, parole, then the Prisoners Act. Okay, that kind of things which you can't find properly in any textbook. Okay, so I'll come to that. Books and sources video is already there. Still I'll make more videos. You didn't revise. Okay, many people, okay, you agreed everything you saw Vysh IAS foundation and you came and enrolled our test series. Still you failed. Why? Because you did not revise everything. Because by the time you were doing, maybe you reached the 3rd week, 4th week out of excitement, 5th week you were seeing, okay, they are that 365 magazine, they are yellow notes, they are blue notes, they are pink notes, what all varieties are coming? Toppers notes, gist of NCRT. Unwantedly you complicated your sources, and here we are here hardworking, giving weekly proper content that you thought, okay, this I will do later, I will mug up, this other my friend, his roommate is studying, I will also study that. Once you believed in one mentor, learn to stick to that. Don't go round and round and round and roam around. Okay, this video will be a little lengthy. Okay, I'm telling you now itself, if you are a very serious aspirant only, then watch till the end. It can go 1 hour or maybe more also, because I'm going to show you question by question after this. So don't watch videos regularly. Again, people watch according to their convenience. Today we put a video 25 easy questions, you will think, why need anyway, let him put 100 questions, that time I'll tell. 25 questions video doesn't mean I am telling, okay, question A, question B, not like that. I will be talking about that question, the source of that question. Next year, what you should do for such type of question. There will be many learnings in each of the video. As I told, if you believe in Vysh IAS, watch Vysh IAS till the end, every video. Daily 2 or 3 videos you are putting. Don't tell me that you don't have time to do that. You can watch a Netflix web series, you can watch a complete movie, you can time pass and chit chat with friends in WhatsApp and Telegram. If you cannot take 1-2 hours every day to watch Vysh IAS videos, then the problem is with you. You are the one who is not serious. We teachers are working more hard than you just to give you good content. It's up to you whether you should take it or you should again mix of 100 items. Very limited sources, but consistently, regularly in a disciplined timetable fashion, if you do, you will clear. Then all these things again I am repeating. Didn't take advice seriously, overconfident, underconfident. Both problems can come. Underconfident, like I know there are students who did everything correctly, but every time they message, sir I am tensed, sir I don't remember anything, I am forgetting fact. Everyone will forget. Nobody has that superpower to remember everything. When you go in the exam hall with confidence, you will slowly recollect it. Your brain is storing everything when you study. When you see the question and options, slowly what you studied will come. The facts will come out. But you are tensed. Okay, when you are studying about DPSP, you are bothered about the Panipat War. Panipat, when you are studying, you are bothered about economics repo rate. Be calm, be in that line. Today your target is this much. This hour your target is this much. Do that very sincerely. Don't bother like yesterday's I forgot. That again you will revise. If you have a proper timetable, there will be a day when again Lakshmikant revision will come, again Spectrum revision will come. At least Vysh IAS test timetable will have it. Okay, you will see the timetable. My next video after Vysh versus UPSC will be launch of 24 1-year timetable. Okay, integrated for prelims and mains. Then you will see. Then again this one, thinking how can a YouTuber or a teacher be bigger than Delhi brand? How can, when they cannot claim questions, how is this guy claiming questions? Why should I believe this person? I get a lot of messages like this. Why should I trust you? Who are you? We don't force anything to anyone. We give you the foundation. You like it. You understand this teacher is worth. Okay, because I think I'm one teacher who teaches all subjects also. Okay, and you telling about YouTubers, these academies, I don't want to name these academies, their teachers were all YouTubers. Everyone were YouTubers. Everyone have been given offers, crores of rupees offers to join them by shutting down their institute, or maybe from other institute they have gone there. We have also got the offer. Okay, I have the mails. Every 3 months mail will come. We give you offer 50-50 profit sharing, 60-40 profit sharing, 190-10 profit sharing. 90-10 was the maximum. After that, what they will do? 100-0. They cannot give 100% to us, right? 90-10 was the last which we got. Whatever we sell, wearing their t-shirt and sell their course, 90% profit to us, 10% to them. Why they are doing this without caring of money? Because they don't want somebody else a good mentor to exist. Every good mentor should be their brand. Understanding? So don't think that teachers came from space or something. All were YouTubers. Excellent YouTube teachers. But now, money was more important for them. So they chose, okay, we'll choose in that brand. That doesn't make that teachers bad. Teachers are good. But we plan to stay independent. They are planning to learn through a brand. Still, they are YouTubers only. Okay, just wearing a t-shirt doesn't make them something superhuman degrees. They got that they are a special UPSC teacher. Understanding? So this kind of lines, please don't tell that you are just a YouTuber and they are a brand. Brand is made of YouTubers only. Now 40 plus questions, in fact I think 45 plus questions are there, and all these things. Okay, that second picture which you see, that is the test series which we will launch. 1 year timetable, daily 6 hours 8 hours study, kind of self-study plan. So even working aspirants, okay, if you think you can schedule 3-4 hours, I will modify it accordingly and make a second timetable also. Last year also we did 2 timetables, one for the 8-hour 10-hour study people and one for the 3 to 5 hours study people. Okay, so both I'll design and I'll put it out on YouTube. Okay, so if you are enrolling to test series, you will get it in your inbox with many more other materials and all, PDF and all. But others, you can model it by watching YouTube. So 52 questions, as I told, 45 plus 7 were solvable in this year's thing. It could have been 59, like I told you. If you see 45 plus 7 plus 7, that 7 we missed because that 1 or 2 extra GK in that, because one question will have 5 statements. In that one statement, if he can't teach you also, I cannot claim that, because the options were that 4 pair, 5 pair, that type. Understanding? Other institutes are claiming that also. See, we taught you statement 1, 3, 4. That is not enough. Statement 2 and 5, who will teach? Without statement 2 and 5, you cannot solve this year because the options were different. If it was the elimination type, that 3 statement was enough. With that you will eliminate and you will come to a perfect answer. Now, without teaching you all the 5 facts, I cannot claim that question. So that way 7 is missed. I am putting 14 questions which are there now. Other institutes are claiming that also. Whoever is showing this versus UPSC concept. Okay, so now First question, stupa, one of the easiest question, which came in one by one. Now question we'll show. I'll do it a little fast because most of the questions I've shown already. These plums, which is going on 9 p.m. They're also nowadays we are including 23 prelims question. So it's like repetition again, explanation, answer. I know you know everything now. But whether Vysh IAS taught you, that sources I'm showing you. Okay. So if you see with reference to ancient India, consider the following statement. The concept of stupa is Buddhist in origin. Stupa was generally a repository of relics. Stupa was a votive and commemorative structure in Buddhist tradition. So second and third is very direct, very easy statement. Stupa is like the dead people's, that thing, that ashes and relics and all these things are kept, and it's for the memory of Buddha. That is okay. The first statement is the thing which every source it's not there. It's there only in your Nitin Singhania textbook. Okay. And maybe in the fine arts textbook it will be there. Wherever art and culture portion is there it's written. Okay. 1 second. Just put it for charge. Okay, so the concept of stupa is Buddhist in origin. If you see, this is why this question was asked. There was a reason to ask. It's not like simply they decided to ask stupa or ash and mound relics and all. In June 2022 current affair, you can see on screen, India sent 4 holy relics. Okay, India sent 4 holy relics of Lord Buddha to a country on the occasion of Buddha Purnima, and that country is Mongolia. That was our question in June current affair. Okay, so there we have explained what is relic and ashes and how many, after Buddha's death, how many places these kind of things were set up in Kushinagar and all these things we have explained here. Okay, so here you can answer the second and third statement only, and this is the current affair reason. But in the static part we have taught you, if you see here, this is the again the history class 6 to 8 NCERT, the proper explanation of stupa. Okay, we have given here, but again it doesn't answer the first statement. Okay, so still I am not able to claim the question. Okay, because as I told, UPSC is asking such statements which is one is static, one is current affair, one is there in a textbook like Nitin Singhania or Upendra Singh or Makhan Singh. So you cannot get it in one textbook. Okay, so that is what I'm telling. If teachers did not teach you all the textbooks or the needed content, they should not claim it. Okay, here, but Nitin Singhania, we have special test also, and in our plums. Okay, this actually first statement is wrong. It is because in Vedic time onwards we have stupa. So here if you see, this is the plums episode of May 1 or 2, May 1st week, whichever is the history day, Monday, check that day. Okay, I have done episode number 148, because today we have reached episode number 190 or something. So this is, if you see, the line, if you read there, it is a burial mound prevalent in India from the Vedic period. The first yellow highlighting which I see, from the Vedic period, and down if you see Ashoka's time it reached its climax, and it is even though started in Vedic tradition, it was popularized by the Buddhist people. It was popularized, it was not started, it is not the origin. So this is there in our plums episode 1 month before your prelims exam. And also Nitin Singh, if this is like, if you have missed to see, Nitin Singhania lectures are there which I asked students to watch. 40-45 plus video lectures free of cost is there in my YouTube. There see the first line, again the same thing. The stupa was burial mound prevalent in India from the Vedic period. Actually that plums is made out of this only. I make plums and questions based on standard sources only. So that is why I am telling, either watch our video lectures or enroll to our test series or watch our plums. Best student do everything together, because this all is possible. It's not very big thing to study this basic 10-15 textbooks and go for the exam. But they get diverted towards yellow notes, pink notes, blue notes and all, and then end of the year you feel like what a tough paper. It is not tough. It is about your decision from where to learn and how disciplined fashion to learn. Okay, so this is the first question which we are claiming. Answer, as I told, will be 2, 3 only, but options are this type. So options is only 2. 2 of the pairs or 2 of the statements are correct. Okay, so question number 1. Question number 2, this everybody told very tough question. This is not a tough question. UPSC 3 times already asked the port cities of Chola dynasty, Kakatiya dynasty, and some other Gujarat related one port. They have already, Lothal port and all, they have already asked. Ports is a topic you have to study and go. And if your institute did not teach you specifically, it is their fault. Okay, Vysh IAS students see the question, geography maps test, and in art and culture also down the notes are there given. Puhar, the port city of Puhar and Korkai is there in the notes also in art and culture. In geography specifically, there was a match the following question where the old name and the new name of the Sangam ports, ancient Sangam ports I have given. The same thing is asked, Muziris, Korkai, Pumpuhar. Okay, it's in one line. Okay, so these and all are there in different chapters in particular textbooks. So I am not claiming textbook. I gathered all that information, made this brilliant MCQ for you where everything is in one place. This is our revision chart concept also. In revision chart, we will put a table and give you. In prelims day morning, you simply revised our charts or our MCQs. You will see that same question comes in the paper. Okay. So that's why I'm telling, please stick to one source. This again, answer is B, ports. Okay. Ports, which we directly, is there a MCQs made on that topic? Why? Because we know question will come. Last year that Motupalli port, I think, Motupalli port, which is in ancient history, related to which dynasty? That time it was a very tough question, because that time I think we also did not have MCQs that time, 2019 or 20 when it came. Then we designed it. We evolve. Always when UPSC asks something, we then go and research on that topic and make the best content for you here. Understanding? This question was not there in the batches which we gave before that. That year Motopalli I didn't claim, because we didn't teach them. But now somewhere Motopalli detailed MCQ about Kakatiya dynasty will be there. So teachers are also evolving based on the UPSC's trend. Now this one, 4 kingdoms and timeline, very, very difficult question, I agree. But here again, it is not numbers they are asking. This is actually a logical question. Why? Because you should know history means it's all about timeline. Okay, when different kings came, who attacked, different thing. So basic of history is what? Ancient, medieval, modern. That timeline you should have known. Understanding? Before Islam started and all, 7th century or early 8th century. That's the exact thing they're asking. Early 8th century. Early 8th century, 700 and something AD and all. That, before that is what you call ancient history. Okay, first there is a Stone Age and other things and all is there. Then from that our Vedic, or after Harappan, when you can call our ancient history till the early 8th century. Actually they are asking which of the following are ancient history kingdoms. Understanding? That is the question here. If you have studied properly, you will know that none of these are there in your R.S. Sharma textbook or class 6th NCERT, because that is ancient history. This is there in your Satish Chandra textbook or in your class 7th NCERT, which is medieval history. They were simply asking, are these all ancient history kingdoms? Your answer is no, none of them is ancient history. All these are medieval history kingdoms in the 1000 AD, 1200 AD. That because 7th century to 14th century till Vasco da Gama comes to India, that is we consider, the textbook historians consider as medieval India. This question is purely logic, asking whether it's an ancient or medieval. How many coaching institutes told you this? They simply did not ask early 8th century. They could have asked 9th, 10th, 12th, whatever they want. No, they asked 8th century to ask you whether did you study it in R.S. Sharma, did you study it in Satish Chandra. Instead of studying yellow books, orange books and all, study textbooks. How many times we have told you, study textbooks. You will in exam hall be very, very happy to see this all I studied back to back in Satish Chandra while revising medieval history notes. See the timeline in our various tests, different MCQs are there, 1000 AD, 1200 AD, because that time even Islamic kingdoms are there, they are coming and attacking down. So such problems are also happening. Before that, there is no much Islamic kingdoms and all to fight with these people. Understanding? So these are all medieval kingdoms. Answer is none. Direct from our test and lectures. Soul. This line verbatim is exactly taken from IGNO notes. Okay, you Google it, you'll get IGNO's one PDF, history PDF where Jainism versus Buddhism. Detailed notes are there. This line is exact there. But that doesn't mean study IGNO, because only knowledge you needed that which religion considers that everything has soul. That is the gist of that if you read. Natural, running water, stone, rock, everything has soul. That concept is Jainism. See our question here. Jainas believes that there are infinite number of souls in the universe. Every living thing, no matter how primitive, everything has this thing, jiva. Okay, everything has a soul. That last line, if you, that screenshot is from IGNO. Oh, that last screenshot which you see, that is from IGNO. Okay, and then Buddhism and Jainism difference that you had to study. No institute will be there who don't teach you. Who believes in God, who doesn't believe in God, who makes idols, who doesn't make idol. Okay, who practices farming, who does this begging for food and this thing from different things. Any taxation they do. These basics of Buddhism, Jainism and their important structures, people, saint, all these things is there in every textbook. Okay. Again, we also made this is in our final full test. It is there in our history textbooks. So everywhere we have taught Jainism, this point will be there that Jaina is the one who considers everything has soul. Okay. So this is again an easy question, which again I am telling it's not Vysh IAS alone who will teach you, but our duty to tell you whether we taught you in a specific MCQ or not. This one again, everybody told very, very tough question. It is tough for people who don't know what to prepare for the exam. This actually, Tungabhadra river, there is like continuously last 4 years, Tungabhadra, Hampi, Vijayanagara dynasties, continuously. Last 4 years, every time one question about Vijayanagara dynasties there, every time. And many people are telling also why these people are asking only South Kingdoms. So last year they made a twist, like they made South also, they made North also. About Iltutmish, about Genghis Khan coming in, Mongolians invading, every type of Muslim kingdom also they asked, the North Indian and South Indian also they asked last year. This year, if you see North Indian kingdoms, nothing has come. There is no Mughal. Okay, first time I think there is no Mughal or Delhi dynasty or anyone invading from outside, no Panipat war, nothing related to Bengal and Delhi area, nothing came. Everything was Sangam or South Indian dynasty. Okay, that is one change which happened this year again in history, and number of questions also drastically reduced. So this one, studying about each king is difficult. I know about this Devaraya, Mallikarjun, Veera Vijaya, Virupaksha is very difficult. But we gave you one line about these kings, one most important line about these kings in our notes. You're telling like, okay, textbook is so bulky. Vysh IAS medieval Satishindra textbook, see, I made that MCQ. That exact line is asked. Who is the one who made the large dam across the Tungabhadra river and a canal system for the country in the capital city? So see the explanation which is there. One line is taught about Devaraya 1. If something else UPSC asked, even I cannot claim. We felt this thing is important. That is the specialty of that king, what he achieved in his timeline. So I put that one line. See the next king Devaraya 2 also I put only one line. He was a Persian ambassador or something. In future that will come maybe. Krishna Devaraya already 2 times, 3 times question has come. So we are teaching you this minimal thing and telling that we have taught you. So please stick to the source. Now I know people who have enrolled our test series maybe did not even see this. Please go and do Control F in the PDF, this Satish Chandra test number 2. You will be shocked to see that, okay, this if I had read it once, I could have solved this question. Devaraya 1, option 1. Understanding? It happens. People believing multiple sources, it happens, but change at least now. This is a direct spectrum question, very easy. Yesterday also explained. Portuguese Governor General, first person came, then he did a blue water policy. Second person came, he acquired some Bombay fort or something. Then another person came, he set up a fort in Kerala. Then another person came and then he did spices trade. Like that, different people, right? Different Governor General, what they did, that we have taught you in spectrum. Slide by slide it is there. 2017 I did it for free, these lectures. Okay, so that is my slide, lecture slide only. Daman was surrendered during the time 1529, and that time who is the king? That is the only thing you have to do. That also in spectrum video we would have told you, because in spectrum it is written. Bahadur Shah is the king of Gujarat at that time. It's written in spectrum. So obviously in my lecture also it is there. And this one related MCQs in medieval kingdom, because it's medieval timeline. Okay, this end of medieval you can tell, 14th, 15th century. So that time this person Bahadur Shah was attacking this Rani Karnavati's husband. Okay, so here it will be written his name. Okay, so that Rani Karnavati that time writes I think letter or something to this, sends a message to Humayun telling we need help, and even sends a Rakhi. That is the first time Raksha Bandhan kind of concept also in history happened, at least in books. So that story is very popular in your Satish Chandra textbook. That time Bahadur Shah was attacking from Gujarat, 1526-27 time. That's the same time the Diu was this thing. I'm telling related stories are also there in multiple MCQs. Okay, directly in spectrum lecture this question is there, but related also is there. So when you revise multiple sources which Vysh IAS gave you, this gets registered in your mind. Okay, 15th century it was him, 16th it was then, 17th was like Rashtrakuta came in that time. Everything will get registered because you're studying stories also related to that. Okay, you will never tell like Birbal is at the same time of Harappa. It is 2 different timelines because you know the stories clearly. Understanding? History is all about story, and many movies are there. The best thing about history is for every chapter there is a movie. There is an Indian movie which you can watch. Okay, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is there, or even now, even the missiles and all now, Rocket Boys web series in Sony Live, go and watch. Excellent web series. Dr. Homi Bhabha, Abdul Kalam, Vikram Sarabhai's entire life story you can see in Rocket Boys web series. Season 1, Season 2 both has come. Very brilliant web series. Those who like Indian defense missions and ISRO's origin and DRDO's origin and all, and even BARC, Baba Atomic Research Center, the entire story is there in that web series. Please watch it. Now, Governor General, this is one of the easiest question again. Everyone knows it. Charter Act 1833. The first screenshot is our Lakshmikant screenshot which we did 4 or 5 years back. Other one is the spectrum which we did again 5 years back. Okay, and MCQs are there, unlimited MCQs there. Every act I have made 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 MCQs in our Lakshmikant test series. That screenshots I have not put here, but I have covered, because this is like, even I don't have to claim it also. This is like everyone teaches you. Okay, people were happy, students were happy when they saw finally at least one easy question. This question, there is a debate. Due process of law. Due process of law means, most of the people are telling the answer is the principle of natural justice, option A. But I think the answer will be fair application of law. Okay, because we have given you notes. If you see polity test number 10, in the screen you can see polity test number 10, doctrine of due process of law. Any law, you have to understand, like India follows procedure established by law. Meaning we have a law, court will see that, okay, you are talking out of law or in the law, based on that they give the judgment. But in other countries, I think Japan and maybe in USA and all, they have this due process of law. Meaning law is there, fine. But still the judge, when he talks to the person, and you would have seen such videos and all, USA judge sitting and talking, if he find merit in the case, if he find the law is not fair to him, Okay, law was made, maybe outdated law. That time it was made during the 17th century or something. Now in the 2023, you cannot use that law. Here now situation, circumstances have changed. India still follows, okay, law is like this, we can't do anything, law is like this. Okay, slowly some people are doing, some judges are coming out and doing, like we tell, the judicial intervention is coming. Okay, but mostly we follow established by law, law established by this thing, okay, by law. The second option there, procedure established by law, that is what India follows. So that option anyway goes away. That is not due process of law. Due process of law, judge decides based on the fair application. He should be fair to that person. That full doctrine I explained in polity test number 10. There is actually detailed notes, 15 doctrines. Okay, doctrine of colorable legislation, doctrine of this thing, because some events happened in India. Based on that, each thing from a very big, some law institute, some notes I have taken this. But I refined it in bullet points. I refined four bullet points about every doctrine. And they are decided to ask doctrine of this thing, due process of law. So that I have clearly explained. My answer is fairness. Okay, fair application of the law. Anyway, we have to wait 1 year for the answer key. That is one defect which UPSC has. You give prelims now and you know the result, you know the answer key only when you give the next year prelims. Okay, so that's very sad for the students also. But my answer is this. Okay. Chief purpose. Question asked in 2014, 2020, 2021 and now in 2023. 4 times this question is repeated in different format. Okay, here I have put some screenshots also of previous things. See, I have done video also in 2020 when we were doing Vysh versus UPSC. That time also I claimed, this time also I am claiming. That time the question was, a constitutional government definition is limited government. Constitution is there to limit the government. Else, like our prime minister or our people will do whatever they want. They will pass whatever law, they will do whatever they want because there is no rule book. Constitution is our rule book. Ambedkar wrote that, Ambedkar and that full team wrote that constitution to limit the government and then give people the voice. Okay, you cannot do whatever you like. Only thing is they simply put chief purpose of the constitution. That's simply to scare you. There's no other purpose and all. The main purpose is that option C, it defines and limits the power of the government. Vysh IAS test is there, lecture is there. It is Lakshmikant chapter 3 or 4 or something. Sometimes this much primitive chapters, the first few chapters, if you don't study and go to the exam hall, your source or mentor was very poor. Okay. Now in India, which one of the following constitutional amendment was widely believed to be enacted to overcome the judicial interpretation of the fundamental right? This story I told you yesterday. I am not going to explain it again. You can read that whatever is there. Okay, that same 5 bullet points you can read. Right to property was a fundamental right. After independence, government thought I'll take land from big people, big farmers and give to the small farmers. People went and gave case in the court. My land, right to property is there. Because that time Article 31 right to property is fundamental right. Now it's not. That time it was there. Judicial come in between. Center is angry. Okay, Nehru government is angry. They immediately passed the first amendment, very first amendment. The question is also, my question also is like that. 9th schedule when it was inserted, first amendment. Very first amendment inserted the 9th schedule. A schedule is just a bucket. Okay, like 8th schedule is to put all the languages of the country. 7th schedule is to put that union list, concurrent list. 5th schedule is to put the, it's like a bucket kind of place where you can put certain clauses. Okay, so 9th schedule was just to add some laws by the center which judiciary cannot touch. Understanding? So they made a land reform law and put it in that bucket. And then they started distributing the land. And judiciary is like sitting simply. Oh, it's in 9th schedule, I cannot touch it. Then again fight happened. They both are again fighting. Again, like many things happened. Till the time of Indira Gandhi, this judiciary versus center was like full fight. They will do something they won't like. They will do something they won't like. And then finally, 24th April, yeah, that time. Keshavanand Bharati date, whatever is that. 1973, I think. That date and before, whatever you have put in 9th schedule, judiciary cannot interfere. That was decided later. And then after that, whatever is there, judiciary will still interfere. So now 9th schedule is a waste schedule. This is another learning for you. UPSC ask a question like, which is the schedule out of the 12 schedules which is actually not of any use or no purpose is serving now. In present day context, it is to be removed. Answer is 9th schedule. All other schedules have some purpose. 9th schedule is simply sitting there. Because now judiciary interferes in everything. Understanding? So this direct, see the line, my statement and UPSC statement is same. They put this 9th schedule which will help government put any law under it which judiciary cannot intervene in the name of violation of fundamental right. Ditto statement came from my test. The test chapter 1 to 6. Lakshmikant. In Lakshmikant this much detail is not written. I refined it and made that story for you. Okay. So please understand how to study a particular thing. These are basics. This is again one of the easiest questions, which are constitutional bodies. National Commission for Backward Class by Article 338B was made a national constitution, a constitutional body. Okay, because you know National Commission for SC, ST, these are already there, but BC, the backward classes, it was still a statutory body. So it still is 3-4 years back. It's not like 23 it happened, 3-4-5 years back it happened. So that time National Commission for Backward Class became a constitutional body, but the others, Human Rights is a statutory body, Law Commission is made by center just by an executive order, National Consumer Dispute is, you know, it's just a quasi-judicial kind of body. It is not a constitutional body and all, which Ambedkar decided we will have in the constitution. Okay, so everything we have separate MCQs, we have taught you multiple times. If you did not do this, at least my revision charts, if you do, I'll show you the revision chart. Here answer is A, only one. National Commission for Backward Class is the constitutional body, and then this is the constitutional bodies list. We have 1 or 2 charts. In this last line you can see, okay, I added that violet color when it became a when it became a constitutional body that time. Okay, the revision chart for students who got before that happening, that line won't be there. It happened after that, meaning 2019 onwards batches would have got this revision chart. Okay, the last line, National Commission for BC, and then this is non-constitutional body. You can see Human Rights Commission and all there. Like this part 1, part 2, 2, 3 charts are there for non-constitutional body. Again, Lakshmikant itself has chapters. Okay, Lakshmikant, we have done all the chapters free of cost. Okay, everything is there, free lectures in our channel. On top of that, I'm showing you this. This is again direct question from Lakshmikant and multiple charts. Scheduled area, it is by order of the president, and you know how this thing is. Our village panchayat system, villages, block, district, Zilla Parishad at the top. That only they ask. The highest is the Zilla Parishad, last is the village. That is the second statement. And the third statement is the chief ministers are required to report to the home ministry. It is not like that. President decides the scheduled area and governor. See the test number, Lakshmikant chapter 32 to 37 and 64 to 71 we have in one test. In that test you can see under 5th schedule what is happening. Governor must send an annual report to president. The last line, last yellow highlighted line. Okay, that is in one test. And the other test where we basic of 5th schedule which we studied. Okay, one is 5th schedule basics you will study in one chapter of Lakshmikant. In later chapter we have that PESA, Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Area, PESA Act is there. That is in the different after 32 chapter. So every chapter by chapter I have given you specific MCQ and notes. Okay, we are not claiming from the textbook. We are claiming from my notes which I made out of the textbook. Okay, so that is why I'm telling this were again direct. Okay, so here again third statement is wrong, first statement is correct, second statement is correct, 1 and 2 is correct. So answer is only 2. Okay. Maybe while telling some mistakes it will happen, just read the slide also. Okay, instead of A, maybe a mistake I told B, but in the slide you can see clearly. Okay, so this is the chart also where 3-tier structures of villages and all I have done. Coal production. India, despite having uranium deposits, depends on coal for most of its electricity production. This, even if I don't teach you, you know that we are still dependent on coal. Okay, but in multiple MCQs we have told our energy mix. Okay, like how we use like this much fossil fuel, this much nuclear, this much water, this much thermal, that complete thing we have told, and everywhere it will be written the same thing only. But before that, the second statement which is tough for many people, that I'll explain. Uranium, you know, nuclear thing. Uranium is there, thorium is there, plutonium is there, many things. So uranium enrichment is a process for which the Iran is being put sanctions since how many years now? USA is putting sanction, then it's coming out, then India is supporting, India is not supporting. Why is Iran sanction put? That's what the concept is not clear for most of the students. You are here bothered about uranium, metal, source, mine. Think where it was in news. Uranium enrichment is used in news where? Iran was put sanction because Iran, whichever uranium they had, they were enriching to 60% and above for making nuclear weapons and missiles and all. For that you need that much enrichment. So USA and all, they put this thing like up to 3% or 6% you can do, 3.6% you can do, so that you can use for electricity. Understanding? This is the news which is there since decades. I don't know how many coaching taught you all these things. In our test series, it's all clearly written. Okay, this is another MCQ about low enriched uranium bank was there in the news in a little back, and in Science and Tech I put that. So in Australia or this thing, so this kind of, it's actually in Kazakhstan. So that I have taught, because here if you see, if you enrich to that low enrichment, very low, you can use it for powering a large city for 3 years. For electricity you need that much only. That is a question here. They are telling at least 60% you have to enrich to use it for electricity. You need very low enriched uranium for that, not 60%. 60% is more than half. Okay, that is not low enriched. And here if you see Iran sanctions, in my international relations notes, which in every current affair PDF, if you have not seen, send a message to my email vyshupsc@gmail.com, send 3 free. Okay, I'll give you 3 free tests. So my 3 older current affairs PDF I'll send you. Older means this recent one, April, March, whatever this last 3 months happened, that I'll give you. You can see the quality. index by index, like I've given India and the world, international relation, reports, summaries, committees which were set up that month, summits which happened that month like G7, G20 and all, sports, awards. We have different proper classification of notes we have in our current affair PDF. 100 questions and then 100-page notes. Close to 150 pages of monthly compilation you get every month. My students, enrolled students. We put a lot of effort on that. That's why we have a small paid pack for that. Remaining everything is free, right? The materials which I give PDF, because I have to sit and type and compile and monthly I have to deliver. It's a targeted work, so we charge for it. These are screenshots from that only. So here, uranium, see, up to 3.67 purity you can enrich, they told in the sanction. Iran was actually doing 60% purity. So everybody thought they will make nuclear weapons now. That is the full story. That is international news since decades now. And many people are not teaching you this. Then it's about the coal mix. 85% of Asia's supply is coming from coal. And here if you see the last line, however, coal remains a significant part of India's energy mix for the time being. How much ever we tell we are trying nuclear plants, we are doing something and all, coal is the majority. And that is the first statement also. Despite having uranium, our dependence on coal is still the most important. And that is there in multiple tests. Environment test you take, geography test. See, this May 2023 current affair. Anywhere energy mix is being discussed, or India's new renewable energy, green hydrogen, anything is discussed, we will tell the existing condition also, right? In the MCQ, we will tell the existing condition, how India is generating energy. So these are the things which is told here. Okay, so I hope you are seeing also whatever I am telling. Okay, see the slides also. Okay. Marsupials. Everybody told again tough question. It is just like we are telling a word called mammal, marine species and all. Marsupial word, many people, especially I think Hindi medium students and all, did not understand. We had a question here, I think it's Science and Tech test number 5, marsupial with pictures. It is actually a kangaroo, okay, which has a pouch where they hold the baby in their belly. That pouch which has, that is called marsupial, that's all. And that's not found in India. Okay, that also see our question directly. It is endemic to Australia's, Americas and those island spaces there. It is not there in India, so first statement is wrong. Then it can only be there in mountain grasslands. Only be found in mountain grasslands with no predators. No, it is there in forest sides and Australian deserts, it's there. That and all, see pictures are also there. And the notes also it is there. Ancient forest regions in Australia was full of marsupials and the fossils of some are found out. That news was there. That is why I made this question in Science and Tech. It is a recent news. So UPSC asked certain questions good means they asked based on the news which happened. Understanding. But if you ask squirrel, orangutan and all, it is not in news. The honeybee, it was in news. Waggle dance of honeybee was in news. So something is in news means UPSC should ask. Okay, let it be 2 years old current affair also. UPSC has been doing that since years. But randomly taking something and asking is where this year's pattern got difficult. Okay, this I will not tell random because marsupial is one of the environment term which is there in your Shankar IAS textbook also. That is one thing. Their notes also will be there. Another, this news thing happened. Fossils of marsupials are being discovered. Okay, 2022 news it is. So direct again from our test. Ports. I don't know how these questions are all difficult. How many times UPSC have asked about Visakhapatnam port and that JNPT port and Mumbai port and Cochin port and all. Many questions in the last 10 years question have come. And you are telling ports I won't prepare and go. We have revision charts, we have notes, we have detailed notes about every port. See, my question is also kind of same. I'll show you my MCQ. See, like this I have made in geography map test. I have I think 3 tests, 300 MCQs. We detail explanation and pictures also. In the map I am showing which is on the eastern coast, which is on the western coast, which is the new port, which is the corporate port, which is the largest privately owned port, which is the largest landlocked port or tidal port, everything, artificial port, natural port, everything we have notes. So this was a coaching class should have taught you. Okay, in direct one textbook, I don't know whether it's there. In NCERT, it's there. Geography, one of the textbook, there is where logistics and transport and communication is discussed in higher classes, class 11th or 12th. One chapter is there on these ports. But there also, I don't know whether all ports and like Mundra and all will not be there. Mundra, Adani, private port issue was there in news. Okay, so these were, you have to study and go. So I am not telling I claimed very difficult questions. These are all very easy questions actually. Okay, so this one again, Kamraj port and Ennore port is same. Okay, it's a corporate port. So that again in my notes it's there. That full screenshot I have not put here. My students just Google it. Sorry, just Control F it. You will get new name, old name of the port. Okay. Other than the 12 major ports, NIM port which is coming, and also one more port is there. Vadhavan port I think in Gujarat. One port is coming there. A new port. This all we have notes because these are all in the news. So based on that we have done with the map, with the notes, what is specialty of that port, how big it will be, everything is covered in our current affairs. So Mundra is a private port. correct. The Kamraj port is a Ennore port, which is a major port of a company, corporate port, meaning it's a government port but has corporate share kind of thing. Then Vishakhapatnam is not. The largest container, you know, Mumbai port was there, then Mumbai port capacity was over, JNPT port came. These are all basics in your NCERT. Okay, so it is never Vishakhapatnam port which is on the other side. Third is wrong. Okay, answer is 2 pair. But again, people who guessed it also would have made it correct. They would have thought, okay, maybe one or maybe Kamraj is wrong, Mundra Vishakhapatnam is correct. They also will get answer. Everybody who chooses any 2 pair, they are all going to get. See my question, JNPT is the biggest container port. Mundra port I already showed you, I think, in the previous. See, Mundra port is the largest private port. This is also in geography maps test. So my students simply go and confirm if you still believe that this much we taught you. Because many students I know after exam now you are wondering like, oh, these all were there in our test, I didn't even know, I should have revised it properly. It happens. Many times it happens where students come and tell, sorry sir, I did not take your test seriously. It's okay, study at least next year. Now this one, jackfruit, mahua and teak. Mahua and teak is written in your NCERT. Jackfruit is also there in NCERT, but in 2 different places. If you see the screenshot, actually jackfruit is there in your Shankar IAS textbook. That is my lecture, I have taken that class. Environment Ecology, chapter 3, forest system. You can go, it's free, it's there in our channel. Many people have watched it. In that, see, jackfruit, betel nut, jamun, these are all tropical, evergreen, wet, okay, evergreen. It is not deciduous. Question is about deciduous. Mahua, teak are deciduous. That is there in your geography class 11th, chapter 5. You see the first screenshot. And jackfruit and list of evergreen is written in your Shankar IAS environment. These are, I am telling again, basic books. There's not any yellow notes, pink notes and all. I am telling you, for environment, read Shankar IAS textbook. For science and technology, there is no book. Science and technology and economics, you have to read our test kind of material. Understanding? There are one source you choose for one subject. Study only that for 1 full year. You will clear. Because you don't need 200 out of 200 in prelims. You need how many questions? Cutoff will go around 75, 80 questions, means 40 questions you have to solve out of 100. 40, 50 will be easily there in one source itself. And daily newspaper anyway you will be reading. You will get more information. Which one of the following is the best example of repeated falls in sea level, giving rise to present day extensive marshland? I have gone to this place also, Kutch. There is a Kutch Ranotsav which happens every year, November, December time in Gujarat. It's a very beautiful event, you should also go. I have gone in 2018 December time, that time. White desert and all, okay, salt desert, white desert, maybe many of you did not even see in your life. It's very beautiful, you can go there. So Run of Kutch is the answer, okay. Other things, if you see Bhitarkanika and all is already asked in UPSC. So now what you have to do is, what other options you see, Bhitarkanika or the Marakkanam salt pan, Naupada swamp, surely in the next 3 years, questions will come specific to those options. This one, again in my foundation, I am telling that line. What is the wrong option of this year will be the right option of the next year. UPSC have that in their bucket. That is why they have put that in the options. They have some notes ready with them. They have some article ready with them. That is why they put that names. Now next year they will surely ask this thing. Which of the following are swamps? Or the location they will ask. Bhitarkanika, like maybe some state. Something else Kerala. Something else Gujarat. Something else Orissa. Match the following will come. You screenshot this or record this what I am telling, and this will come. Definitely will come. Every year it is like that. What was the wrong option last year is the right answer this year. Understanding? But I don't know why teachers don't tell you these things. So Run of Kutch, if you see my question, which of the rivers flow into the Run of Kutch? How many people taught you these kind of things and all? Those rivers and all which you never heard? Because these all came in the news. So it's a large salt marshland. That is what they are asking. And tidal creek and this thing happens there. If you see, there's this Sir Creek, India-Pakistan border is there. Actually, that white desert, we have gone on a bike ride actually. Up to a distance you can go. Beyond that, that white desert is actually Pakistan's land. Okay, we have this border, not only one Wagah border or one LOC or LAC. There are many broken type of borders in our Gujarat area. Okay. India-Pakistan border, many things are, because there water also is a border. It's not only always land you have to draw the border. There are water places where India is fighting with Pakistan. Okay, we have good control there, so we don't see any problems there. And Pakistan is not that much strong to come and attack over there also. Okay, their navy and all is not like strong like us. So there are many small filtered borders there. So there this tidal creek, okay, meaning rainy season it will be like full water, other time it will be like a muddy channel. So mix it's like a swamp. Okay, Keechad kind of swamp it is. So that concept is what is explained there in the last line under Run of Kutch. That is what they have asked. So when you study something, understand that place. One thing is, if you are a good traveler, good for you. Anything when you ask, oh, you will understand, okay, I went to Ladakh, it was like that. I went to this thing, it is like that. I went to that Pangong lake, which you see in 3 Idiots movie, that lake. So you go there, it's one thing, but you cannot travel everywhere, that I know. But still, there are different ways of learning. It's not always the bookish thing. Okay, you learn from movies, you learn from people around you, you maybe see some just a book, a title, anything which you see, right? UPSC aspirant should be like, always your ears should be open. You should have interest. You are not studying some books and going for a quiz competition. You are going to have a district under you. You want to become an IAS officer, a district collector. You should have that observational skill. You should like it. Like traffic rules are changing. This is happening. Something rain, flood is consistently happening in Bangalore. If like place where I am there, continuously flood is happening. Why is the government not doing anything? What can be a solution? Can we do an underpass? Can we do a bypass? Can we do a overbridge? You should start thinking. You should have solutions. Elections are happening. How come suddenly Karnataka election, BJP who was strong there, they lost? Start thinking. You have to know like what change happened. Politics, tactics changed. Anything new schemes was introduced. Religious sentiments were overpowering that one. So these all will come in your mains. You have to be very, very strong in your surroundings. You have to know everything. Okay. Because in school level, our education system was very poor unless the national education policy gets implemented. Our education system is very poor. They don't teach you traffic rules. They don't teach you how to pay tax. They don't teach you how to maintain finances, assets, liability, nothing. They don't teach you anything. They are teaching you even now trigonometry and sin theta, cos theta, which in your life you will never use. Unless you become a mathematician or you go to some IIT, JEE, some exams. In your life, you don't need those things. So education system is very poor. If you are giving UPSC exam, don't depend on you were a gold medalist in your 10th or 12th. That doesn't matter. That was bookish study which you did. Now you are going to see the real world. You have to evolve as a person. You have to be such a person who can talk on any topic which interviewer asks you. They'll ask you anything. What is your opinion about that thing? About feminism? About World War? Will a World War III happen? If it happens, India will stand with someone or not? Is NAM, non-aligned movement, still valid in today's context? Anything I'll ask you. Okay. Malnutrition. Do you support India's like hunger report? India is purposely put in the last rank. Other stupid countries are above India, where like Pakistan, Sri Lanka and all people like running for food here and there. They are above India in those biased reports. So what is your take on such reports? They'll ask you anything. You have to be that person who is interested in studies, not studying to clear an exam. Understanding. The sooner you realize, you will understand whether UPSC is for you or not. In my foundation, I make clear that also. By watching the foundation, you will know, should I actually give UPSC exam or should I do something else? Am I actually fit for this? Just out of excitement, I came with my friends, but I don't know anything. I don't even know the price of groceries which comes in my house. I don't know anything. So think. Answer is D, Run of Kutch. Next question, this one, again a tough question because you cannot by heart all the elements and metals and all, but this is a pure NCERT question. If you see the screenshot of my test also and of my lecture also, which I only did. Minerals and energy resources. See that highlighted one. Toothpaste has what? That was what I was teaching. I did not think UPSC will ask question like what are the sources of titanium. Answer is titanium. I thought because once they asked like Maggie has what, lipstick has what, lipstick has lead or not, like that some household products, what element it has, that usually UPSC asks. So what toothpaste has, that is what I taught you here. About toothpaste is my explanation. It has ilmenite and this thing, what is the other name, rutile, which is having titanium oxide, TiO2, and that formula is also there. So this thing is what I taught you. They asked in other way. Ilmenite and rutile is oxides of what, or what you find in that. Okay. Extra learning you got from the question is that it is there in coastal tract of India. That is the extra learning they gave you. Why? After 2 years, they'll again ask this. Where all titanium can be found, they'll give some 2-3 state names. Understanding? They will repeat it. So this was direct NCERT, which we have taught you. Congo River again. Zambezi River flows into Indian Ocean or not? This was a question in 2020 prelims. So till then, I also did not teach you African rivers. I did not teach you. 2020, I updated my test PDF. See this, Geography Maps test number 2. At the end, after 100 MCQs, I have put a map showing all the rivers of Africa. Because I expected again UPSC will ask it. See what happened? Congo River they asked. And in that same political map of Africa, bordering countries of Democratic Republic of Congo, everything separate MCQs you have done. So the bordering country of that Congo is Cameroon. Other options if you see, Nigeria, South Sudan, Uganda are a little far away. It's like outskirts. So Congo River will not reach there. Immediate border only it will reach. No, immediate border is Cameroon. So answer is Cameroon. So these things are all exact what UPSC asks, we will also not ask. Okay, but we taught you where is Congo River, what is the countries in the vicinity, what is the bordering countries of Congo or Democratic Republic of Congo. These are all what we taught you with political map, physical map, meaning the physical reverse map, and then this one, current affairs, what happened. So these kind of things, right? You have to study every map, Africa's map, Asia's map. I don't know what you people are doing with atlas and sticking a map on the wall and all. You're doing that for one purpose, no? Or just for doing a vlogging or a Instagram videos, you're doing that? Because people do that, sticky notes and yellow notes and this thing, full light, one alarm clock, one this oil diffuser, many things are there, and you set up your home so beautifully. Is it for show you are doing, or actually you are concerned about what is in the notes and what is in the maps? Start looking at the maps. Maps is one of the easiest place to score marks. So they're asking everything. They're asking about, once upon a time they used to ask only Israel region, Middle East and South China Sea. Okay, now they understood you are studying all that and coming. So they shifted their focus to little bit in the Australia region and a little bit in the African region. Next year you wait and see, they'll ask in the South American region now, because this year many options had questions, had options like Argentina, Botswana, or not Botswana, the other South American countries. Okay, it's coming repeatedly. So that means their map questions will go there also in the coming days. Okay, in between they even shifted to India. Within India they are asking in the same latitude which is the cities passing through and all. Like Delhi and Bangalore is in one latitude, one longitude. Do you know that? That was a question. Which is the city which passes through the same longitude which passes through Delhi? I am able to tell you all this by heart because I have done that much analysis of previous year questions. Okay, any question you ask in the previous year in the middle of the night, I will tell you the answer. So that much analysis I do. This level you have to do. If you have to clear prelims, you should know every question by heart. It's okay if you don't know exactly it came in 2018 or 2019, but you should know that yeah, this Congo river they asked, Zambezi river they had asked. Previously they never asked African rivers. This concept should be clear for you. Those who know their sources well, those who know the syllabus well, those who know the previous year paper well, they are the ones who will clear prelims. Vysh IAS final test and map test. This again map. Again it's like just asking location. And Amarkantak is their favorite. Amarkantak is UPSC's favorite. How many times they have asked Amarkantak and their location? Sun Temple question time also they asked Amarkantak in the option. Every time. Okay, so that map if you see, that time I taught you because there was a past UPSC question. Based on that only I made that map. Okay, that exact yellow highlighted map which you see, I did it because Amarkantak's question was that time. There are two rivers. Geography UPSC question I am telling. There is two rivers. One river starts from this side, okay, and then it flows and it goes and joins. Sorry, there is one point from which two rivers starts, something like that. Okay, one point where two rivers starts. One flows and goes to that side, western side, and other goes north and goes and joins the Ganga. Understanding? Identify the point. This is the question. They did not give you river names and all. This is a UPSC question. Little old actually. That time this was the thing. One point, one river starts and goes left side, that is actually Narmada river, and one river goes up and goes and joins Ganga, that is the Son river. That is the map which I have shown you there. Son and Narmada starting from Amarkantak. And that Narmada, what are all there? That also every basic in NCERT we have taught you. There is the Vindhya hills, then there is Narmada, then there is Satpura hills, then there is the other Tapi river. Okay, so mountain, river, that is the pattern. Narmada is actually between two mountains. That also another MCQ is there. So it is Satpura. They played word game there and they put, instead of Satpura, they put Sahyadri. Sahyadri is a different thing in Western Ghats. Western Ghats and forest and Satyamangalam forest, all these things which you study, that time you study Sahyadri hills, which again lot of MCQs we have. So they simply put Amarkantak hills are at the confluence of Vindhyas and Sahyadri. It's actually Vindhyas is there and Satpuras also may be close to that reaching there. Those are the two mountain ranges there. That is where Amarkantak will come. So first is wrong. Second one, Biligirirangan Hills, many told it is difficult. It was in news because the latest Tiger Census 2022 when it came, that was specifically mentioned in the report. If you see my environment test number 5, I put out, data was out in 2023. So I couldn't put it in 2022's current affair. 23, when the environment test, last test I was giving, in that I included Tiger Census 2022 data. Till then we had only 2018 census data. Every 4 years Tiger Census will happen. In that it's written, Biligirirangan, there the tiger occupancy declined significantly. That was a news. It came in the report. That is why they have asked. And it is constituting the easternmost part of Satpura. Again they are telling easternmost part of Satpura. Satpura means where Amarkantak is there. No, it is in a Karnataka. That is in the report again. It's in Western Ghats in the Karnataka. Okay, so you can see the thing there. Western Ghats in Karnataka in the rightmost line which I have highlighted. And then where is Amarkantak? It is in Michael Hills. That is there in our, again I gave every river, every origin of the hill I gave you. Then we have Sheshachalam Hills constitute the southernmost part of the Western Ghats. Where is Sheshachalam Hills? All the hills, NPJs, the trick we taught you, NPJS. There 4-5 hills are there in Eastern Ghats. It's actually Eastern Ghats. And how you will know that? Through movies. All of you have seen this movie. Red sandalwood question you can see there at the last behind me. Red sandalwood, export always in the news. Many are smuggled. That is what the movie came. That's it. That is in which forest? Sheshachalam forest, Sheshachalam Hills forest. It's told in the movie also. It is there in our NCRTs also. It's a very basic thing. And they are telling it is part of Western Ghats. It's in Eastern Ghats. It's in the Andhra region. All three are wrong. Okay. These are again notes. Monsoon, when we taught you, we told you. Sahyadri branch. So it's in the Western Ghats. Red Sanders, again, I told you. Eastern Ghats. So I'm just showing you different places. How many times we taught you in NCRT, in environment, in Shankar IAS, in current affairs. Everywhere we have taught you this. Again, basics repo rate concept. Interest rate when you will hike. When will the banks hike interest rate? Bank will hike interest rate when inflation is there. Consumer prices, people are not able to afford, things are all high costly things. You have to increase interest rate, you have to increase SLR, you have to increase CRR, okay, credit ratio, and you have to increase that the OMO, this buying and selling of this thing, bonds, these things also. Everything we have taught you clear concept. In my economic test number 1, first test we are teaching you all the monetary policy. What is the difference between monetary policy and fiscal policy? Many don't know, many are simply by hearting. Monetary policy is whenever RBI intervenes to correct the economy. Fiscal is when government does something. They are pushing money, Atmanirbhar package is coming. These are fiscal things. Okay, FISCAL, fiscal. So fiscal policy is monetary policy. Same like the money market, capital market. Next question will come, I'll show you. That also direct question came this time. So these are basics of economics which you should not read from this Ramesh Singh and Bulky textbooks and learn. You should learn from some teacher who knows the concepts and explains you the concept with examples. So here, in the post-pandemic recent past, many central banks worldwide had carried out interest rate hike. Especially it is US Federal Reserves. Now Germany is in recession, if you know. Almost every current affair PDF you open, my students I am telling, those who have my PDF, every current affair PDF, this thing, okay, every current affair PDF, we had given that USA's interest rate is getting hiked because of the inflation they are trying to fight, okay, after Corona. Every current affair PDF. So during inflation, as I told, interest rate has to be high. The second statement is that only. Central banks generally assume that they have the ability to counteract the rising consumer prices via monetary policy means. That is what they do. They increase the interest rates, they increase the repo rates, they increase all the things to control the inflation, and inflation will go down. And RBI in India, we are trying to keep it between 2% and 6%. That is 4% plus or minus 2 for 4%. This is our basic economic concept they asked. It's there in many tests. If you see, I have explained even detailed things which nobody teach you. What is hawkish monetary policy? What is dovish? What is bear market? What is bull market? This time even stock market question came. Beta. The word beta. I didn't teach that, but I'm telling a beta is related to what? So that was stock market related. Whatever option was there, that was the answer. That question we are not claiming here. We didn't teach you. So this again in a different reports, same thing. Everybody are hiking their interest rate to fight with inflation. UNCTAD report was there. This is in current affair. Which month it is? October 2022. Obviously this year's batch I would have given that PDF. Simply control F and C. That direct thing which UPSC, just because they made it assertion reasoning, post-pandemic, central bank, these words when you see, you should not get scared. This was a direct question whether central bank will increase the interest rate to fight with inflation. This is the basic thing they asked. People got scared. Coaching class are scaring you even more. This is one of the easiest question of economy which came this year. Easiest. If you know basic money and banking, chapter 1 of economy. And many teachers are doing it. Many teachers of economics are teaching the same thing. Carbon market, repeatedly UPSC is asking this, right? I will show you that carbon market, carbon credit, cap and trade system, then green protection. Because in future now, when companies are being set up, they have to try to make everything green. Because that is what government is telling. You do whatever you want, but everything should be green, renewable energy. In case you are emitting carbon, you are emitting lot of carbon, you emit. We'll give you a certificate if you pay this much money. For each 1 ton of carbon you emit, you pay this much money. So government will get that resources or that money from the companies, these private companies. That is the second statement actually. Carbon markets transfer resources from the private sector to the state. So that money then they will use for better things to be introduced for green energy. Like collecting tax, right? Like Swachh Bharat tax is for cleaning, or that agriculture tax is for agriculture purpose. Like there's a purpose. Like that they are taking money from these people who emit, because anyway you are not controlling your emission. So at least give us money. We will start repairing other places. We'll plant another 100 trees. We'll make another green national highways. Government will do that by taking from private. This is actually from the Kyoto Protocol thing. UPSC already asked it 2 years back. I think they gave the different sub programs are there under Kyoto. That also we had claimed that time. Cap and trade and these emissions and all. So for each they are like that. Either you set up good or you pay money and then get that certificate. Carbon market. That's the carbon market. So the first line is simple. Carbon market are likely to be one of the most widespread tools in the fighting against climate change. Obviously, that is what that market is for. That also, if you see, carbon trading system, in my explanation, has contributed significantly to reduce the emissions, nearly 41% decrease. That's the first statement. And second statement is the other one. There is something called polluters pay principle. European Union's model it is actually. They have some mechanism where they make the polluters pay. Okay, in different countries it will be known by different names, but this is the overall thing. Okay, carbon market, private people will share the resources or fund to the state. This is not, maybe when answer key comes, UPSC might have a different interpretation, but this is my understanding and that's why I'm telling. Now this is the money market and capital market. They gave 4 items and they're asking how many of the above are included in the capital market. Okay, our lectures is also there, I think. We have done economics lectures free on YouTube. Second option itself is called money market. So how can that be capital market? For that basic information, you should know that there is 2 things called money market and capital market. Okay, because in question it's asked only capital market. Many of the aspirants who did not do the studies, they don't even know there is 2 things called money market and capital market. So that called money market is obviously money market. How can that be the answer? Okay, but here options are that only 1, only 2, and also you cannot eliminate. Basic thing is when it is stock market, share, bond, security, these are all capital market. Okay, and when it is pure money related, this kind of thing like bills and this thing, that is all money market. So this again, all the 4 concepts we have different explanations in different tests. Economic test number 3, call money, term money, notice money. I told you CNT, the trick to remember also. So that one is like you are borrowing money like overnight or for 7 days or for 14 days, different types of money. That's a part of money market. You can read in my explanation. Call money, notice money and term money markets are sub markets of the Indian money market. That is the thing. Okay, so option 2 will never be in the answer. Okay, so next one, if you see full test 7, in that I am telling about IPO. LIC was going for IPO. Big companies are going to IPO, initial public offer, meaning first time they are going to stock market. So that time they are listing on the stock exchange, right? So that time I told you this IPO, stock market security, this is a type of capital market. That is what is written there. Read the statement 2 of my question and my question, Vysh IAS question, and the explanation. It is a part of capital market. So that means you need stock market in your answer. Okay, bonds are part of capital market. The Capital Market Association is the one who deals with all the bonds, green bonds, masala bonds, everything. They are the ones who deals with that. That multiple MCQs are there. I'm just showing one screenshot to fit into this one page. Okay, so that I can show you in one page. Then again, treasury bills. Last year, big question came on treasury bill. So you should have known that treasury bill is part of money market. See, it's written there. Treasury bill categorized as a money market. Full detailed MCQ is there. That MCQ was fully needed actually to solve last year's question. Okay, this year you need just a portion of that. It's an economic test number 2. I have 5 economic tests which I give 500 MCQs, full detailed explanation which I have designed. Simply study that. You don't need any other book. You don't need any other book to solve economic questions which comes in prelims. Still out of context tough questions can come. But whichever the easy which people are telling it was in that textbook, this textbook, I would have taught you. So don't waste. If studying seriously, you can enroll to Vysh IAS in my model if you want to study. This one, crops. Every year that MSP one question will be there, minimum support price. I keep telling every year one, either cotton or whatever is the MSP government is giving, that will be there. So this Niger seed, many people would not have cared too much, but we had given you the 23 crops which has MSP, the full list in our notes, revision charts, test, snippet cards, everywhere this is listed. Okay, so if you see here, question itself is there. Which of the following in economic test number, again test number 4, MCQ 81, which of the following are under MSP? Government is giving MSP. So first one itself I put Niger seed. Okay, I didn't put the usual ones there. And there's a trick also I told you. Always when beverage, that's what UPSC asked. They gave 8 items in 2018 or something and asked you to tell which is having MSP. That time coffee was there. You should have eliminated coffee. The tea, beverages, the coffee and all. No, they are not given MSP by the government. That you eliminate. Here also that is what you have to do. Eliminate tea. I modeled on UPSC question and made this question. My sources will never be from other coaching classes. My source is my own. I make from UPSC previous year paper, UPSC syllabus, UPSC trend. So you can completely believe this model. Understanding? So eliminate tea. Then Niger seed, this is the list I sold, and Niger is an oil seed. So that means obviously it is using as oil. The question is very silly also. It is like some tribal people use it for cooking. Oil, then what else you will use for? So that is a thing. And then kharif crops, that in our notes it's there. Whenever this price or something increase, Union Cabinet will clear all the kharif crops together. So there we have listed the kharif crops. Okay, or in our snippet card, there is a list of rabi crops. I taught you there. This is rabi. By heart this 5, 6, because rabi is always lesser. By heart this, remaining everything will be kharif. That's how I taught you. So that snippet card, if you have seen also, you could have solved. That screenshot I have not put here actually. There's a trick also. BMW, barley, maize, wheat, something like that. BMW, something. I made a trick for the rabi crops. Niger doesn't fall under that. Niger seed. That is in kharif. Or here directly it's given. 14 kharif crops. The MSP is hiked. It was 1 year old news. And they keep changing rabi crops. Sometimes they'll increase. So UPSC randomly picked up one crop. That's all. That somebody had to teach you, but it's up to you how much you remember. 15th Finance Commission. It's again not a new thing. 15th Finance Commission is since long time it is in debate, right? South states are shouting that we are paying you more tax and you are taking that money and going and repairing UP and Bihar. This kind of silly debates happen. You should not fight like that. Okay, so north and south people. Because if you take Karnataka, Bangalore is the booming district. That doesn't mean Bangalore people tax, Karnataka government collect. And it's not like everything is put into Bangalore. They will use it to repair the other places. That's how it is. When there is a rich place, that doesn't mean all the money comes from there will come back to that people itself. The overall state, it's one government. Bangalore doesn't have a government. Karnataka has a government. Understanding? Local taxes which is got there, maybe they will use it for the local needs. Else, full tax is distributed properly. So you can't tell we are a rich state, we are doing everything good like Kerala, Tamil Nadu and all. You cannot tell that, okay, from me your money you are taking and you are going and repairing UP. Central government taxes for that only. State government tax, they will use it for state. Central government taxes to repair the entire country. So you should hope that in future every state will develop so much. Like in UP, if you see how much ever it was like a very bad in terms of this openly murders and many things happen there, political things and all. Even the bureaucrats are like puppets there under ministers. It is changing. The face is changing. There are many things being done. Many like capitalism they are supporting now. That's the main change happening in UP. They are telling, okay, you want to set up a toy factory, come and set up toy factory. You want to set up film city, you come and set up here. In UP, many big things are going to come now. Obviously, their revenue will increase 5-fold. This $5 trillion economy which you are telling, center is telling, state UP is telling that I will contribute 1 trillion out of it. So states are changing. So that time this thing will get balanced. Okay, why I am telling all this? This question is about that. This question is about horizontal tax devolution, meaning center collects tax. Okay, now vertical devolution is they are giving to states. Now horizontally, how will you give? How will you give to the states? There are some conditions. That conditions, what factors you consider? That is what this Finance Commission does. First Commission, Second Commission, Third Commission. Now the latest is 15th Finance Commission. So 15th Finance Commission changed certain things from last time. Last time we had population based on 2011 census or something. This time little bit of 2011 census, sorry not 11, 1970 census or something. Now they are taking the latest 2011 census. That time South people did not like it. Why they did not like it? In interview I ask you, you should tell why they did not like it. Because the South states tell by 2011 we, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and all, we have controlled our population. Our population went down. There they are like everybody has 5 children, 4 children and their population is booming. Okay, so now just by population you decide, okay, who has more population will get more money. Kerala will obviously get angry. They will tell like, you are not controlling the population. We did some good thing. Because of that you are punishing us. You are giving us less money. Telling our population is less. We did something good. Understanding the point? So they are fighting. Shashi Tharoor and all coming, Congress leader is coming and shouting at this only. But the fact is this only, as I told, when there is money collected for a full thing, they will use it for uniform development. Not to give back to that same developed place again. This happened in the Spain also. Spain, I think Barcelona or wherever the place is there. That is the tourism hub or that is the main spot there. Okay. So they telling they want to break away from the country because we are giving majority of the taxes and you are using it for developing the rural areas of Spain. This is a national news. So like this, everywhere problems are there, but you should understand overall we are trying to make the country better. So this will happen. So some people for some time will feel bad. And again, population is not the only criteria. That also you have to see. Now this thing you will see like, okay, it's being disadvantaged for Kerala. It's not like that. These factors are there. Demographic performance, forest and ecology, tax and fiscal efforts. And if you see that tax efforts and demographic performance is included as new parameters this time. Till the 14th Finance Commission, these two were not there. Okay, income distance was there, forest and ecology were there, only the share difference. This also I taught you, very detailedly I taught you in the 14th Finance Commission for forest and ecology. It is 7.5% and it is 10% in 15th Finance Commission, because the total 100% how you factors how you design, that also I have taught you. Demographic performance 12.5%, tax efforts 2.5%. Understanding this everything in detail, this is in my economic test number 4. My test alone you study for economics, you don't study anything else. You trust me, you buy, else you don't buy. You can again read 5-6 textbooks and waste your time, because questions are not coming from textbooks, it's coming from concepts. And I have proper concept clarity on everything. As I am telling, I can teach every subject. I can teach economics, geography, history, polity, environment, science and tech. Not like other academies which you think are better. They have 10 teachers for 10 subjects. Even after the analysis you would have seen, when exam got over, okay sir, I will hand over the mic to you, now do the 15 questions of geography. So he don't know geography. So I am not telling I am someone great, but at least what I have that I am portraying in front of you, if you feel my teaching is helping you, concepts are getting cleared, our test series is useful, then only come and join test series. And don't join test series without watching any of these videos. Vysh IAS Foundation, Vysh versus UPSC, how we analyze, my message to UPSC board. You should feel a connect to the teacher, right? Only then you should join, else you should not join. It applies to any institute. This Kivu and Ituri is like a 1-year-old news. It is not in Armenia, Azerbaijan. It's actually, I think, this area. Again, Congo, Central Africa. Congo, this time many questions came. Okay, so this also is Congo area. North Kivu, Ituri, directly I have shown you there. In May 2021 current affair, there was again a military coup kind of thing. So that time it was in news. Nagorno-Karabakh is last 10 years it's in news, Azerbaijan area. And Kherson and Zaporizhzhia, okay, that is actually one is a nuclear plant and one is a town in Ukraine. If you see direct question, April 23, direct I have asked Kherson, this is Nagorno question, and the other one, April same, Kherson city in news is located in Ukraine. They have given the option as Israel and Lebanon. Other one, Zapor something, that is news related to, this is in December 2022 current affair. Why? Because it's a nuclear plant of Ukraine and there was this thing like Russia partially destroyed it. This is all news items. So that particular thing we have taught you exact. I am not like listing Ukraine's entire cities and telling I am claiming. I thought that UPSC has a high chance of asking it. So we made an MCQ specific to that. We didn't give you a 10-page PDF on Ukraine war. Understanding? I didn't teach you. I didn't make even a single video on Russia-Ukraine war. Whatever is important, I made filtered MCQs. So please study. So here all three are wrong. Okay, all three are wrong. Like this one more question is there where all three cities are wrong. This one, Israel question, I think 3 times I explained already in the last 1 week. Israel was signing, even Trump coordinated and Israel was signing with one Arab country. It is written correctly in my notes. Okay, this is in September 2020 current affair when Abraham Accord was signed. They decided like Egypt, second country Jordan, Bahrain, then again one 4th country somebody signed. Okay, so people are signing individually. But do you think Israel will sign with the complete Arab League and tell, okay, happily, this Israel is my Jewish area, Palestine is Muslim area, Islam area, will they sign? That's what the second statement they are telling. Arab Peace Initiative, full peace. Israel has signed. Israel has not signed. That is why now, see, that's what is written in the last line in my notes. UAE and Bahrain had supported the earlier one, Arab Peace Initiative. Okay, which Israel rejected. Israel told, I cannot sign everyone like that. Now they broke that consensus and they individually went and started signing. Because they want to do trade and everything with Israel. Just because of this region and religion issue, they cannot risk not trading with a very important country there in the Middle East, Israel. Israel's technology, you know, water technology, agriculture technology and all. Their farming you should see. When one crop needs this much millimeter of water means only that much they'll give exactly to its root. Even Modi went and copied that into our Indian farming models. We are also doing that now. They are creating artificial environment. If you suppose in a very worst climatic condition also, artificial greenhouse kind of thing they are making, They are simulating what climate is needed there artificially, and then they are growing tons of vegetables there. Israel, which is in a desert, they are the ones who are exporting most of the fruits and vegetables to countries in Europe. Europe, which has the best climate, Mediterranean climate for fruits and vegetables, they are importing fruits and vegetables, quality fruits and vegetables in tons from a desert, Israel. That is the power of Israel. So obviously everybody will go and sign treaties with them, right? But Israel will never tell, okay, full Arab League, okay, we are happy, Palestine is fully for Islam. They will never do. That is their ego issue. They will never do that. Okay. But this is there in multiple MCQs, Abraham Accord and all. It was an old current affair, that Arab Peace Initiative. But UPSC asked and we had covered it. These are the three cities again. Donbass. Donbass is there in news almost every day. Even today's newspaper you take, maybe Donbass will be there. So Donbass, Ukraine area. Okay. It is given wrong as Syria. Kachin is an old current affair, but again we had covered in 21, I think. It is in Myanmar. Myanmar also military coup is going on. Tigray crisis, Ethiopia. Last year also UPSC asked Ethiopia and Somalia. This year also they asked Ethiopia and Somalia in indirect way. Meaning Tigray is actually wrong, they have given. North Yemen they have given. It's not North Yemen. It is in Ethiopia, which is in the Horn of Africa. See our question. Tigray crisis in news relates to. Is in 2022, February 2022 current affair. All three are wrong. Repeat question. Last year same. Last year also they asked the same thing. Not full 4 countries. Guinea they asked last year. Sudan also they asked. South Sudan when the country was formed. Guinea military coup. There also this whatever happening in Pakistan now. They are overturning, the military is coming and Prime Minister is in jail or Prime Minister is in home arrest, house arrest. Entire neighbors of India are in problem. That's why you should be proud that you are in India. Okay. Everybody's GDPs are going down. Raghuram Rajan told that our GDP will be not even 5% this time. It is 7.2 or 7.6%, which is the number 1 in the world. Germany is in recession. European countries are shutting down. USA banks are shutting down. Everywhere it's problem. Our economy is booming. Our Make in India and manufacturing is booming. We are selling helicopters. We are selling missiles to Philippines. We are booming. So you should be proud that I'm telling to those people who always think we are in a worst country. India is good for nothing. I wish I had born there. We will change. Just if the things go as per plan, whatever schemes are there started, if the government start executing it properly, the plans are all excellent. Make in India, Digital India, everything is excellent. Only thing, every state has to properly implement it and stop fighting in the name of these silly party issues and regional issues. If you make India, if you really want to make India a developed country, in next 5 to 8 years, you will see again huge boom, economy wise and different various other aspects. Even in permanent 5, maybe we will reach. P5 countries, we might enter mostly. So this, if you see, military coup, every military coup I have covered. And this I am telling, repeat, answer is D, successful coup. So here if you see, I will show you the exact notes. Tigray crisis question itself. In that question, last I have given a lot of coup movement happened in Africa. So these are the list of countries which has military coups. I have given the list and that all that 4 countries are there. Sudan, Chad, Guinea and Mali. And I will show you the previous year question now. This is last year's question where Chad was wrong. Chad was actually again due to military coup it was on news and not because of China set up a thing. Last year also it was 1 pair 2 pair type question. Last time Chad was wrong and remaining 3 were correct. Tunisia we taught you, Lebanon we taught you, Guinea we taught you. Okay, that same Guinea is asked this year also. Guinea's C explanation is what? Suspension of constitution and government by the military. That's what is called military coup. That's what they asked this year. They repeated 2022's question in 23 and many students are telling it's a difficult question. Why you didn't revise last year's paper? Again, a very silly question. Applications of any technology which comes newly, it applies to everything. There is nothing which cannot be done to anything. Okay. So green hydrogen, they are asking fertilizer plant, oil refinery, steel plant. Here everywhere carbon is generated. So to replace that only fossil fuels only we are making new green things. So that again in our test series, if you see science and tech test number 5, final full test number 3, clearly yellow highlighted you can see fertilizers, steel manufacturing, oil refineries. And transport industry is there, and that is the comedy that one more question is there. This year one more question came, green hydrogen can be used in what? 2 times green hydrogen applications, I don't know, examiner did not notice it or what happened, I don't know. 2 questions, what are the applications of green hydrogen? Here 3, there 3. There they given automobile, fuel, some heating purpose, something. There also everything is true. That also we have covered. In fuel, in combustion of internal engine. Answer C. So here G20. G20 we are hosting. Everything about G20 you should know. Members of G20 already they asked last year. So they cannot ask it again. Which are the members of G20? They already asked. So now G20 what we are trying to do? Everywhere you see S. Jaishankar and Modi going around. Everywhere they are going around. And in India they have not one G20 summit. Main G20 summit is there where the leaders will come. Other than that, which in Kashmir we planned, other than that, we had G20 Digital Summit, G20 Northeast Summit, or G20 Karnataka Summit. Like that, we had multiple summit. Everywhere, what's common? India's digital economy, India's UPI, India COVID, how did you make that COVID platform? Everything about our digital thing was the boom this time. That is what everywhere Jaishankar, even in Instagram Reels, if you saw, you would have seen that. They are going and talking about this only. How did we digitize everything? Even Pani Puri sellers have UPI and this thing, which that time Chidambaram trolled that how will our poor people use UPI. Now everywhere. I don't think you went to ATM since last many months. You don't need cash. Cash is not being used to any other place. Very limited places you are using cash into business or into other works and all. A normal person living in a proper city, you don't need cash because everybody are having that QR code in their shops now. Everybody. Roadside sellers are having QR code. So digital is the biggest priority. That is the second one. Digital public infrastructure is one of India's G20 priorities. If you have seen at least one clipping, anything of G20, you would have seen that. In our notes, there are multiple. Every summit of G20, I had made notes. Every summit, not the main summit alone. And first is the definition of G20. It was initially as a group of finance ministers and central government. We have a test series called international bodies. Because I noticed that in the last 3-4 years, questions are coming from bodies. Coal Organization of India or any Maharatna company. So I decided I will now not give it in current affair. I did it 2-3 years back only, 2 years back. Before that, to my students, I did not give a test called important bodies test. Bodies will be here and there scattered in current affairs and schemes. But then I made 3 tests specific to all the important bodies which can come in the prelims. See, directly it came, G20. G7 finance ministers agreed and it was starting like with central government. That same yellow highlighted G20's history. That is what is asked in first statement. And second statement, I have unlimited notes. Okay. India's digital payment, you are going and telling digital public infrastructure. IMF published a report on that. India's digital public infrastructure to the world. So that they want to learn from India. That I have shown you. Then here if you see, yeah, this one, Digital Innovation Alliance was there. G20 Digital Innovation Alliance. That was our priority. Digital things to be told to the world was our priority in G20. 7th edition of Global Technology Summit, the Niti Aayog chairman and the G20 Sherpa Summit was there. There also digital economy is being discussed. The March 2023 current affairs, G20 Trade and Investment Working Group is meeting. They are also about our digitalization and fintech solutions. So very general statement they asked, like this is one of the priorities of our G20 summit. It is one of the priorities. Any summit, if you have seen, any news you have seen, you would have seen that. S. Jaishankar is going on telling that. In his interview, he is telling that. Understanding. History question which everybody told unsolvable, nowhere it's mentioned, very tough. It's mentioned in your NCERT class 12th. Not everyone you can't study. 2 of them are mentioned in your NCERT class 12th. Specific about them, I made an MCQ. Specific about one of them, Walter Elliot. There's something called Elliot Marbles which is written in your class 12. There is, I think, a box is there. I made an MCQ out of it. 1854, Walter Elliot, the commissioner of Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, visited Amravati and collected several sculptures, and then he even published books and all. So he is an excavator. He is an archaeological excavation person. You don't need to know all the persons. You have to know what is there in your books. With that one information, you solve this question, right? Here, if they had given those names and put 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair, even Vysh IAS will not claim it because remaining people I did not teach you. One more person is there, that Robert Sewell is there in my MCQ in Spectrum, I think, or one of the tests. Robert Sewell's book where he told about the destructions and excavations and all these things. So Robert Sewell is also there. But for me, that Elliot in NCERT is enough to claim. Please read basic books. You will pass. Okay. National Handloom Day and Swadeshi Day in 2 different tests. One in current affair test and one in a Spectrum test. But this again, I don't want to fully claim it because I didn't teach you year on year like, okay, this is the reason Handloom Day, this is the reason Handloom Day. I didn't teach you. 2020 and 21 in my current affair PDF of August. There, that time I had, as I told, I had different columns in my current affair index. One of the column was important days. That month's important days, like June 1 is a Milk Day or something is Oceans Day. That I used to do. But then I thought this is so much GK that in a UPSC exam, why should it come? Then I removed it in this year's paper, this year's August PDF, current affair. I thought, why repeatedly do it? But they decided to ask, 7th August is Handloom Day. So I partially claim it, okay, because this year students specifically I did not teach them. But it's there, that is my screenshot from my PDF only, but older August PDF. 1-year-old August PDF. In that I told it is because of Swadeshi movement that Handloom Day was decided. In art and culture test also it's there. Got the point? Constitution Day 26 is very, very easy because the second statement was direct. 26 November 1949, we hereby adopt and give ourselves the constitution. But they are telling Ambedkar set up the committee. Ambedkar committee was set up that time to start writing the constitution. That is wrong. Statement 2 is wrong means your answer is directly C. Directly C. Don't even read the first statement. You don't have to know that Constitution Day is on November 26 for this answer. And that is a screenshot of my preamble lecture, polity lecture, which I did. Old preamble and new preamble I showed you. What all extra keywords came and what is the date. Okay, this is there in my test series also. Even that Constitution Day is there in my test series. You can see the screenshot, November 2022 current affair. I have told you. Okay. Now I think I'll have to bring back all these days. Today is Ocean Day, tomorrow Environment Day, today is Teachers Day, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I'll have to start teaching. Because UPSC is asking. Ukraine border, only Romania and Hungary is the answer. We have this map is again taken from my geography maps test number 1. Maps test number 1. Ukraine borders are Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Moldova, Russia and Belarus. 7 countries, out of which only 2 countries they gave. Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Latvia, Lithuania. That is wrong. That 4 is not a border. You can see the map clearly. That is all one country after that. Meaning after the border, the next bordering country it is. Ukraine directly doesn't touch. Geo maps test number 1. Direct question. And it's an expected question. Now remaining are geography and NCERT questions. So we see with reference to the Earth's atmosphere, which one of the following statement is correct? The total amount of insolation received at the equator is roughly about 10 times of that received at the poles. It is wrong. In NCERT is given clearly 320 watts at the tropics and 70 watts at the pole. So the variation is not 10 times and all. Okay, so equator, poles, tropic with figure, I think they have that figure. I have not put here. So like that in NCERT is directly given. Infrared is the most. That is also wrong because ultraviolet radiation from the sun is the what and visible light is the one which you get the most, not infra. Okay, that 2/3 they are telling 66% infrared radiation from the sun is not practically, it's wrong. Then the third one is correct. That is what is given here in the explanation. Okay, water vapor troposphere, it will stop the radiation, long radiation which comes, and only little bit filter and come. That heat budget graph, that full picture in my lecture also 2 teachers in Hindi and English, both the teachers have taught it. I didn't teach class 11th, some other teacher has taught it in Hindi and English. There it's there with pictures. Visible, they are asking infrared is part of visible. How can it be visible? You know, visible is VIBGYOR, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Red and beyond is infrared. Okay, violet and this side beyond is ultraviolet. They are asking infrared is inside visible light, inside VIBGYOR. So these are basics. Class 7th physics textbook and all you would have seen this. And we have again science test, science lectures, free 6 videos only. 6 videos playlist we have in English and Hindi. Both the same ma'am has taken in English and Hindi. This picture exactly we have shown there. And in my test series it's anyway there. Geography test and science test, both test. So, which I told you, tropical rainforest is full of nutrients, rich in nutrients. See my statement in my test in geography class 11th, question number 48. The soil in tropical evergreen forest is more acidic and poor in nutrients. It is true. I have given the answer both 1 and 2 in my test. And I have given the chart also of all the soils, all the forest. Revision chart also we have. So that first statement is wrong. First statement is wrong means directly you come to the answer D. Direct D. Don't need to say the second. Second is true. They are telling same thing. Nutrients, it will decay fast. Nutrients will not remain there because of the wet climate. Direct question. P waves, S waves. P waves is primary waves. Other is secondary waves. So obviously which one will come first? Primary waves will come first. That full form at least you know. You know seismograph, which is the measuring the earthquake. P waves are recorded earlier than S waves. Okay. And in P waves, the individual particles of waves, this is the direction they are telling. P waves is parallel, S wave is perpendicular. That also detailed notes, this which again geography class 11. Geography class 11, 4 NCERTs came direct. Okay. Next one, Wolbachia method. It is an older news. Okay, 2016 time and all Australian scientists took this bacteria and put it in, injected in this Aedes aegypti mosquito. Aedes aegypti mosquito causes Zika, dengue, not malaria, Zika, dengue, chikungunya, yellow fever, some 4-5 diseases. Don't think every mosquito causes every diseases. There is Culex mosquito which causes some encephalitis. There is Aedes aegypti mosquito. There is female Anopheles mosquito which makes the malaria. There are different mosquitoes also. That also you have to study. I don't know how many people are teaching you this. So this one is about the Aedes aegypti mosquito, which is spreading this and all. The answer is controlling the viral diseases spread by mosquitoes, especially that one. Australian people, because when you inject that into male mosquitoes, they go and mate with the female mosquito, egg will be formed. Because of this bacteria inserted in that, the egg will not hatch. Population of mosquito will reduce. Control of disease is happening. This is the Wolbachia method. Old current affair. So in my snippet card, it's there. Even if you did not enroll to older current affair, snippet card is given to every student. Bacteria found in insects. Janani Suraksha Yojana, very easy question. Very old current affair. But in my schemes, again scheme specific, I have 3 to 4 tests. Specific. All the schemes are listed there with proper points. Still doesn't mean I cover everything. Like Anemia Mukt Bharat, one of the point I did not cover. So I will not claim. I will show you that also today. So Janani Suraksha, safe motherhood, reduce the mortality, institutional delivery, 1, 2, 3 all are correct. The fourth one they are telling for up to 1 year of age you are giving public facility, that is wrong. It is for pregnant mothers and all the sick infants, okay, based on no matter how many children they have. So fourth one is wrong. So answer is 1, 2, 3, 3 statements. Is there in my scheme test number 1, MCQ 44. For students who have my PDF, go and Control F and search. This one again very easy. All this pulsar, quasar, nebula, star, galaxy, meteor, meteorite, comet, shooting stars, everything we have done notes. Everything, because it's there in your geography NCRTs, it's there. In science NCRTs and test, it's there. So we have done a lot of MCQs. One easy thing is they themselves gave you the clue. Nebula is actually the first one. Giant cloud of dust and gas. So that if you know, automatically that suffix will go wrong. Okay. So both of them are wrong. Okay. They have interchanged actually. And then last one is correct. Pulsars are neutron stars, which has like when the massive star collapse or run out of fuel, that time it will form. So that the pulsar neutron stars, again see detailed notes in my science test number 2, MCQ 54, and geography fundamentals chapter 2, origin and evolution of the earth. These are given in your textbook. But we taught you also in refined bullet point format. In NCRT you know right how it will be. Jumbled here and there, then some pictures are there, some boxes there, some Rohan is talking to Sohan. Like cartoon they will make for children to understand. I removed all that, made you the proper bullet point notes. So you could have used it. Navigation satellite system. Direct question again. But again, I don't know why many people told it's Australia. It is tough question and I don't know. Because IRNSS and NAVIC system is in news. Okay, it is in news because we have around 8 satellites to control the regional thing, the regional mapping. We don't have GPS kind of thing like entire globe we are covering like USA. We have a regional navigation system. We cover only up to Arabian Sea borders, and that was one of the questions which came in previous year. UPSC statement was India covers 5,000 kilometer range with NAVIC. No, India covers only 1,500. That time it was wrong. So regional system, which are the regional systems? India and Japan. QZSS, Quasi Zenith System, something like that is the name. So it's a direct question again. Ballistic cruise, Agni, and this one, BrahMos, direct question. Okay, full C explanation. Science test number 4, science test number 2. We've explained both the missiles individually also, even Nirbhay missile, K missiles, everything we explained. Okay, Agni 5 missile. Now Agni Prime has come. Agni Prime is a brilliant missile. Okay, that you should expect a question next year or in mains this year. Agni Prime, a question will come. Okay, because it's not like the usual Agni missiles where ballistic, meaning half is like controlled and half is falling in the gravity. It's not like that. This can be programmed, and on the way when the missile is going, you can suddenly turn the direction. It's a brilliant missile, Agni Prime. And it has distance also, I think. Up to China we can put it, I think. So Agni Prime, please study. Okay, 24 aspirants. Green hydrogen, which I told, sea fuel, internal combustion, blended with natural gas. It can be used in the hydrogen fuel cells to run fuel. Everything is same. Almost everything they are telling they can use to run cars, run automobiles. Okay, so that again in multiple MCQs is there. Environment test number 5, science test number 5, full test number 3. Everywhere we have green hydrogen was very important this year. Economic survey it is mentioned, National Green Hydrogen Mission we have that targets NDC Paris climate things to complete. Green hydrogen was news every day and it was to be by hearted fully. Okay, but they gave an easy question also. They didn't give any technical. They asked like applications of it. Everywhere it is applicable. Civil war is a repeated question from last year. Somalia is the answer. And one thing, every report we taught you, hunger report, water report, sanitation report, everywhere Somalia is in the last 3 ranks, everywhere. So all that report screenshots I have. See, Somalia is in world meteorological climate where continuous drought is happening. Water, sanitation, hygiene, Somalia is last. Countries with hunger crisis, Somalia is there. Then this is last year's question, civil war in Somalia. Last year's 2022 question it is. This time they combined everything and gave in one question, which is the country which is suffering from civil war, food shortage, drought, everything from the last several years. Understanding? Now we see the options: Angola, Costa Rica, Ecuador. Okay, next year questions will come from those countries. So beware, prepare current affair about those. These were the 46 questions I showed you direct from Vysh IAS. Now Vysh IAS plus common sense 6-7 questions I'll quickly show you. Okay, this also we covered actually fully, but little bit common sense. Election of the President of India declared void if the Supreme Court, by the Supreme Court of India, if any act done by him before the date of decision becoming invalid. No, whatever he decided before that, it's not invalid. That's what our question. See my question, Lakshmikant 5th edition, question number 91, false about president. That exact statement what I asked, that is what they asked. If president election is declared void, the act done by him before that comes into effect or something I have put, but that is false according to my question. It remains in force. Okay, it remains in force. It's not invalid like UPSC asked this time. So that first statement is wrong. Then the third statement you see first. Third statement, when a bill is presented to President of India, the Constitution prescribes a time limit. No, we have a pocket veto. Pocket veto concept you have explained multiple lectures, screenshots. English ma'am has taken and Hindi another sir has taken. We have done President chapter in detail. We explained you all the veto powers. Pocket veto, why it's special. Okay, so that kind of veto which we President has was important. Absolute veto. Okay, suspensive veto. So you can, there is no time limit. President can keep it with themselves for long time, unlimited time. Understanding? And then the second one is where common sense you need. They are telling because of state elections happening, they will postpone the president's election. There is no connection between the two. Okay, so that is wrong. But that I didn't teach you, so I won't claim. Other coaching class will claim this question also. Because the options are only 1, only 2, only 3. Because I don't have the moral this thing to tell you that okay, that you have to assume. I am not claiming that question, else it was solvable. Okay, you all would have thought that only. How can that be postponed because of state election? But I won't claim. Okay, this one again. Jhelum river passes through Wular. We have teach the same line. You see the right. The lake basin was formed as a result of tectonic activity and is fed by the Jhelum river. Okay, that I have given detailed notes. And then Koleru Lake. It is located between Krishna and Godavari. So that is wrong. The second statement of UPSC is wrong. Third statement I did not teach you directly. That's why I am not claiming. Because here again only 1, only 2, only 3. If it was elimination, I could have claimed this question. Okay, this is Gandak river and Kanwar. Kanwar I have taught you, Gandak I have taught you. But meandering of Gandak is the reason Kanwar lake was formed. That word is not there in my test, so I won't claim. But commonsensically, again, application of knowledge, Kanwar is the first Bihar's Ramsar site. I have taught you in detail. And Gandak, we have this Valmiki reserve. We have this Valmiki sanctuary in Bihar. Through that, which river passes? Gandak. So Bihar, Gandak, Bihar, Kanwar. Apply and you could have tried, but still it's difficult. So Vysh IAS won't claim this question. But you see the knowledge we are giving. This one again, we taught you entire economic survey video series. By some bad luck, we missed this particular chart which is there in economic survey. Okay. Else I didn't teach you about cobalt. I didn't teach you. Okay, I have taught you cobalt is there in Central Africa is rich in cobalt. Okay, in the world, Central Africa has to be protected. There was a mission going on. So in my September 21, this thing, which is Central Africa, copper, petroleum, iron, manganese, diamond, cobalt is very rich there. That I told. I was asking that only. 3/4 of the cobalt is found where. So here in economic survey, there was a chart, DRC, Democratic Republic of Congo, 3/4 of this thing is there. My mistake or our teachers, bad luck, they missed to put this graph in the lecture and explain to you this concept of minerals, because we never expected. It is important for UPSC that you have to find which metal is in which country highest. We never thought. But next year onwards, learning from this year's UPSC, we'll have to teach you metals and its this thing also. Okay, we know in general where all what metals are there, but which is the highest reserve of tungsten, which is the highest of titanium, which is the highest of cobalt, this GK, we can't teach you. This is again May 22 current affair. This question is debatable. Everybody are giving different answer keys because this thing, Global Compact for Safe, Orderly and Regular Migration, this is actually an international migration concept. When internationally somebody is migrating from one country to this thing, that is why this was formed. This is not a new thing. I'll show you my old notes is there. 1 second. See this one, 2016 to 18, my notes I was checking. In that time, there is a compact, global compact for refugees and global compact of safe, orderly, regularly migration. Those things they are asking now. It's a New York declaration. That time I expected question, I made question. Now I think I'll have to bring back all my old notes also. Okay, so here Problem is the third statement of UPSC. GCM addresses internal migration or internally displaced people also in its objectives and commitments. As far as I know, they don't deal with internal migration. They only is international migration. That is in the May 2022 current affairs. I gave you notes. The first international migration review forum. There, this thing was there. Okay, every 4 years this will be held, and 2022 edition was there. That is the reason they have asked this question. Okay, I don't know if you knew that. They have asked this not simply randomly. 2022 the review forum was there for this compact pact. Okay, so there, first statements we have taught you. Third statement we have taught you. It's international migration. Second one, objectives and commitments in the GCM are binding to the UN member nations. You should have applied common sense. Because binding to the entire UN member nations, there is only 1 or 2 treaties. Okay, I think Montreal Protocol and then 1 or 2 are there. Remaining, how will it will be binding on everyone? India will never sign anything which is binding on everyone. Okay, so common sense was needed. I did not teach you that one line. Because of that, I am not claiming this question. But you can see the knowledge level which a Vysh IAS student will get if they had studied all this. Temperature contrast, again, I am not claiming because this is debatable even now. We have taught you the entire concept. NCERT geography has that concept. I told you, when you are standing on the beach on the land, you will feel hot, very hot. You will feel like going to the water because it is comparatively lesser warm. Okay, because the specific heat of water is written in NCERT. I have taught you. Specific heat of water, that is 1 gram of water, how much heat you need to heat it is higher than you need for heating the land. Land will get quickly heated. Water needs more time to heat. Same way cooling also. This fastly cools, this slowly cools. So they are not asking this one, or they are not asking daytime, nighttime. They are asking summer time and winter time. That to the contrast, the difference between the continent and ocean's water, the temperature in summer is greater than the difference between temperature in the winter time. So it's a little deep question. So that has different interpretations. I have been looking to it. Answer can be either like both are correct and 2 explains 1. But sometimes I think winter, the range can be higher because of the cooling time and this thing and all. It's very debatable. So then 1 will become wrong. When 1 will become wrong, answer will directly come to the D. Okay, so D or A, that I still have to research a little more. Okay, but the concept is there in NCERT. And again, I'm not claiming this question. I just wanted to inform you this thing. Okay, knowledge application. This one again, it's last year's question, not last year. 2017, they asked the same thing. Geological sequestration concept. Meaning you're storing something somewhere. Carbon you store in the oceans. Last year they asked, I think, oceans which you, what is called blue carbon. It is the carbon which you store in oceans. This is the last year's question. 2017 they asked the screenshot. I explained in my previous year solved abandoned mines, coal reserves, depleted reserves, and subterranean saline formation. Same thing they asked this year also. The third statement is same thing, subterranean this thing. Okay, and the other two is like you add lime into oceans to increase the alkalinity, meaning increase the salinity. And the other one is basalt rocks you can do. So all 3 we have taught you. In the paragraph you see, we have taught you deep saline formation, unminable coal seams, basalt. We have taught you that. But because I don't have that adding lime into oceans this way, I didn't teach you. Only I told, okay, saline place it is stored. I am not claiming. Ideally, I should claim this question, but I am not claiming. Okay, because it needs a 1 level extra understanding that, okay, this is salinity and alkalinity are related. When you add lime into ocean, it will increase. So saline places, this thing is getting stored. Basics of carbon sequestration. Again, concept is there, but again, this one also. Where is HCF? You know there is fluorocarbon, CFC, HCFC. Then we remove the carbon. It became HFC, hydrofluorocarbon. Now that is also creating problem. We have HFO actually. This is not, I don't know. I'll show you in my environment test. It's there. Okay, it's basic concept about Kyoto and Montreal and all these things it is. So in refrigerators, in AC, in any spray, aerosol, everywhere this is there. Okay, so they asked this. We had a chart also explaining everything, all the creams, gels, this, everything has these things. Okay, so lubricants, many people are telling it won't come in the answer, but we have taught you degreasing solvents also it will be there. So degreasing, it's like lubricant only. So my answer is all 4 and answer should be all 4. But UPSC, if he decides, okay, I meant that lubricant and there it is not there, it can be debatable. Okay, that's why these questions all came out of my claim, because we can't be sure. Next questions, if you see, these are extra GK, meaning out of 4 statements, 2 I taught you, 2 are GK, which nobody can teach you. So I can't claim 7 questions. This one is that gold mining mercury pollution I didn't teach you. Remaining two I taught you. Wherever coal is there, anything is happening there, mercury pollution will be there, and there is no known safe level of mercury. Small amount of mercury itself will be harmful to you. That we have taught you in my test, final full test number 3, question number 8. We have told exposure to mercury, even small amount, may cause severe health problems, serious health problems. That we have taught you in the final full test number 1. Okay, these are not claiming, okay, because you wanted answer keys. I am telling you some questions. This one again, the first statement and second statement is what you have to study. An aspirant has to study this much only. How president election is done, who all participated. Nominated members don't participate, we have taught you. And also the MLA vote value, how you calculate. Just because you have higher number of assembly seats doesn't mean you have higher vote. That is wrong. Second statement is wrong of UPSC. You have population, you have seats, you divide. So third and fourth statement, they are making you do CSAT problem and divide. And if you divide, this is the chart. If you want to by heart, take and by heart. Okay, because they will again ask. UPSC is becoming so shameless that they are asking statics and data. Population of Arunachal, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Puducherry, and the states. When you divide, directly vote value is also given. So if you see, you can see Puducherry has higher value 16 and Arunachal has less 8. Madhya Pradesh has 131, Kerala has 152, so Kerala has higher. So that whatever it is, it's pure by hearting, okay, or you have to sit and calculate by knowing the values, okay. And this one is Anemia Mukt Bharat. Again, for anemia means what? Iron deficiency. First statement, they are given calcium tablets you will give. Why should you give calcium tablet? You have to give iron supplements. That is in our first statement. It is there in schemes test number 4. And then runs a campaign for delayed cord clamping. That cord clamping line alone I did not teach you, so I am not claiming. Okay, remaining deworming, that is albendazole tablet from Panchayat you get. Even I have taken that. It will be helpful for deworming and all. At a particular age we take. Okay, every 6 months if you take, it's good for your stomach. Complete deworming will happen. And that statement, cord clamping, we did not teach you, so I am not claiming. Okay, same Anemia Mukt Bharat, see, non-nutritional. These are all my notes. So I won't claim because cord clamping I did not teach you. Chess question happening in India, happening in Chennai, mascot test, that Tambi, whatever, that and all I have taught you. They are asking Women's Cup and Men's Cup, I did not teach you, I cannot claim because options are only 1, only 2, only 3. So after 2 statements, what will my students do? They can't do it. Bestnagar, I explained you already. Bestnagar word is there only in Makhan Singh NCERT. Bestnagar is the old name of Vidisha district in Madhya Pradesh. Vidisha, there is a Heliodorus pillar which is for Vaishnava sect. So they actually, instead of Vaishnava, they gave Shaivite, but they should have given Vidisha there in the question because that is what is there in your sources. Bestnagar is not there. How will students solve it? Because the options are this only 3. My students will solve 2 and 3. Both we have questions. See, Baja case we have a separate question. Sita Naval, specific question it is. Okay, specific question we have. But Bestnagar, I'll show you Bestnagar if you see. This is the pillar, Heliodorus pillar in my, this is a Makhanlal textbook screenshot, okay, which I don't have. See, in honor of Vasudeva, in Bestnagar, we have this Heliodorus pillar near Vidisha. So, Bestnagar is also known as Vidisha, is the town located in modern Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so this is the extra notes I am telling you. It's for Vaishnava sector, not for Shaivite sector. Next year UPSC will again ask you. And in my R. Sharma chapter 15, I have taught you entire thing except for the word Bestnagar. I have taught you everything. Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh, Heliodorus pillar, Vaishnava, everything. But even I did not know that Bestnagar is the older name for Vidisha. UPSC troubled you with that GK. One fact we didn't cover. 3.2, the GK. You have to know 3.2 is the exact goods share. We don't know. We didn't teach you that. But the other one, the production linked incentive, PLI scheme. Okay, there local companies and foreign companies can have benefit. My statement is there in my notes, final full test 1. It incentivizes global capital rich companies to set up capacities in India. So our Make in India will boom. So this is there in our notes. But 3.2 exact number, I did not teach you. So I don't claim. GK. Wherever GK is there, Vysh IAS couldn't claim this year because we did not teach you GK. We are not giving you SSC material, we are giving you UPSC materials. Okay, this is the last question. National flag of India, 600 into 400, again GK. The numbers you want, I'll give you the numbers. These are the different 9 sizes which is valid in India, 9 sizes. Okay, but 600 to 400 is not there. One size above that, 900 to 600 is there. One size below that, 415 to 300 is there. But 600 to 400, for some reason only our government knows, in flag code it is not there. Okay, even Ashoka Chakra size is there. Just make a note of it. Next year they will ask even that one. This flag, Ashoka Chakra, 25 meter, 25 millimeter. They will make you study this idiotic GK also. Okay, if you want extra marks, by heart and go. We won't teach you. We can't teach you this trivia. Okay. So again, this is done. See, flag code was amended in March 2022. Detailed notes when flag code came into force, what are its 3 parts, what height 3:2, the color of flags, the importance of color, everything a person can humanly teach you, we have taught you. They ask the 600 into 400. We can't by heart numbers and throw numbers at you. Okay. So next video, 2024 1-year timetable. Please stay tuned. I know video became lengthy, but this will be sufficient to understand. Okay, this is like a one-time video for me. Every year I do this. 1 year I do this so that our students understand where are they coming and joining. Is it worth it? Are they simply copy pasting from other places and giving you? No. Textbooks, standard books, NCRTs, current affairs, newspapers, previous year papers, evolution of UPSC, what happens from there. These are the only sources you will get at Vysh IAS. You will not get from any other Telegram groups, PDF groups and unwanted gist notes, toppers notes. We don't refer them because UPSC doesn't refer them. UPSC refers only these books that you will get at Vysh IAS. So I'll come up with the next video. If any thing you have to tell in comment section, you can tell, so that I know video became lengthy. I could have done it in 2 parts and 3 parts and all, but it's important. I wanted to give it out today itself. That is why I finished it off. Okay. So next my plums episode will also come today. You can watch that. So till then, enjoy. Thank you and have a nice day.